Enraged by the allegations of corruption and her private photos being made public, bureaucrat Rohini hit back, insinuating that Rupa suffered from a mental illness.
All I can say is get well soon.
Side, please. Side, sir.
The public squabble between the two women officers caused a flurry in bureaucratic circles. And while both D. Rupa and Rohini Sinduri have now a gag order against them, the virulent exchange has dented the image of both the government officers. Bureau Report, India Today.
We cannot let you bring your war here.
Outcast.
James Cameron directorial Avatar The Way of Water, which has been nominated for 4 Academy Awards including Best Picture, is now the 3rd highest grossing film of all time worldwide.
The Way of Water connects all things.
Surpassing Titanic and Jurassic World.
And after your death.
This is our home!
I need you.
Avatar The Way of Water has collected $2,243 million globally to date, whereas Titanic's collection of $2,242.8 million to become the 3rd highest grossing film of all time globally. Avatar The Way of Water also passed Jurassic World to become the 9th highest grossing film of all time in the United States of America. Globally, after its 10th weekend, Avatar has grossed an estimated $657 million in the US and $1,586 million worldwide, taking the total to $2,243 million.
I hear her heartbeat. She's so close.
Set more than a decade after the events of the first film, Avatar tells the story of the Sully family.
Jake, it's crazy here. Quaritch is rolling and there's no stopping him.
We're going up against
The trouble that follows them, the lengths they go to keep each other safe, the battles they fight to stay alive, and the tragedies they endure.
You should see your faces.
We have an indigenous population called the Na'vi. They are very hard to kill.
They've sent us a message.
This also makes Cameron the director to have 3 of the top 4 highest grossing global movies of all time: Avatar, Avatar The Way of Water, and Titanic.
Some big update coming in on Alia Bhatt's privacy being infringed. In fact, the Mumbai police, after much discussion, has contacted Alia Bhatt, asked her to file a formal complaint in the matter where a photographer had clicked her private pictures and it's currently published on an online portal. The actor has responded to the police, claiming that her PR team is currently in touch with that concerned portal. That's what the police has said. In fact, there was much uproar after personal private photographs of Alia Bhatt was put out on an online portal. This clearly looked like as if the photographer had climbed onto an opposite building of Alia Bhatt's home and pointed the cameras right at her through her window and clicked her photographs. This is without her consent. That's a photograph that you see on our screens there on the left-hand side, where Alia Bhatt really caught unaware, oblivious to a camera pointing right at her while she's at home in her balcony. Now, this has been called out by several celebrities within the industry, saying that this is an absolute violation of private space. Let me cut across to Divyesh joining us. Divyesh, the police now taking cognizance, contacting Alia Bhatt, asking her if she wants to file a formal complaint, but Alia is said to have told the police that her PR team has contacted that online portal, so she may not go ahead with a formal police complaint. Is that right?
Police from Bandra police station, police officials have contacted Alia Bhatt after she took on Instagram and posted this message stating that this is absolute violation of privacy. While she was at home, she was clipped by two photographers who had climbed on an opposite building terrace and using a camera they had clicked her pictures. She raised issue regarding right of privacy, and she had also tagged Mumbai police, after which Mumbai police got in touch with Alia Bhatt over the phone, and they asked her if she can come and record her statement, if she wants to file an official complaint. As of now, Alia hasn't decided to file an official complaint regarding this. Her PR team has contacted the portal which has published the pictures of Alia Bhatt, but as of now, Alia Bhatt hasn't filed any official complaint or hasn't responded to police as well, whether she wants to record her statement in the issue or not. Nabila.
All right, Divyesh, thank you very much for joining us on that. Now, we know that Alia Bhatt has called out the media for invasion of her privacy after being snapped inside her house without her consent. In those pictures there, it seems like as if Alia Bhatt is sitting in her balcony in her apartment, and she was clicked without her consent. After pictures went viral, the actress has taken to Instagram and shared her sister's very furious note, calling out this gross invasion of privacy. Alia has tagged the Mumbai police as well for action, but we just heard the Mumbai police has reached out to her and asked if she wanted to file a complaint. She said that her PR team is currently in talks with that portal to pull those pictures down. Now, of course, celebrities, even in the past, have come out calling out the paparazzi time and again not to infringe on their personal space. And even in this case, Alia Bhatt's case, it appears that many of them came out in support of her. Janhvi Kapoor called out the paparazzi for clicking her pictures during her gym sessions. This isn't certainly the first time. Even in the past, unidentified individuals, one should remember, had entered Virat Kohli's room, his hotel room in Australia, clicked photographs and took a video of all his personal belongings in his private space. This, of course, has drawn huge flack, questioning the paparazzi on where to draw the line. All right, now with the Kedarnath Temple Committee announcing the dates for opening doors of Sri Kedarnath Dham, cracks have now been found. It's emerged on that stretch of road along the Kedarnath highway. Remember, the death toll in Turkey continues to rise, and experts are currently warning of an imminent quake in India as well. Let's take a quick look at this roundup.
Cracks on roads. Houses collapse. Joshimath crisis not over yet. Ahead of the Char Dham Yatra, fresh cracks have appeared on a stretch of road taken by pilgrims to go from Joshimath to Badrinath during the Yatra.
So let us show you some fresh visuals of this crack. It is a very wide crack which we have discovered at this road, and you can see it's a full winger crack and a hand can go inside it. So it's a handful crack, we can say, and look at the width of this crack. It is causing like it's a nerve picture right now.
ये जो क्रैक्स जो ये कहा जा रहा है कि जो भर दिए गए थे और वो फैल गए हैं, उनकी प्रॉपर रीसर्फेसिंग नहीं की गई थी। अभी मैंने बीआरओ को निर्देशित किया है कि पूरी रोड की एक बार रीसर्फेसिंग कर दें। उसके बाद रोलर चला के उसके ऊपर कई भारी ट्रक्स हमने चलाए हैं ताकि कोई भी यात्री वाहन या जो स्थानीय लोगों का माल वाहन है वो उसके ऊपर से गुजरते हुए क्षतिग्रस्त ना हो पाए।
Joshimath municipality fears news of fresh cracks on buildings and roads could make pilgrims wary about going on Char Dham Yatra.
लगो ये दरारें क्रैक्स वगैरह रुक गई थी, कहीं पर नई दरारें नहीं आ रही थी, किंतु अभी 3-4 दिन से हम देख रहे हैं कि एक बार पुनः दरार बढ़ने की प्रक्रिया फिर शुरू हुई है। संदेह रूप से मौसम साफ है, उसके बावजूद भी इस तरह से दरारें आना कहीं ना कहीं लोगों का आशंकित है। लोगों भय का माहौल लोगों में व्याप्त हो गया है। लोगों को लग रहा है कि हम सुरक्षित हैं या नहीं हैं। पूरे उत्तराखंड की आर्थिक जुड़ी हुई है, हमारे जोशीमठ का पूरी आर्थिक यात्रा से जुड़ी हुई है। यदि यात्रा नहीं चलती है तो निसंदेह रूप से लोगों को इसका भी बहुत बड़ा नुकसान आर्थिक रूप से होने जा रहा है।
The Chamoli Chief Development Officer, however, assured smooth conduct of the pilgrimage to Badrinath.
देखिए, ये प्रकरण संज्ञान पे आने पर संबंधित अधिकारियों को भेजा गया वहाँ पर, और कल बीआरओ की टीम और एसडीएम ने संयुक्त निरीक्षण किया है और उन्होंने बताया कि जो ट्रीटमेंट करना था उन्होंने कर दिया है। आज की स्थिति ये है कि हर तरह के व्हीकल के लिए रोड उपयुक्त है। चिंता की अभी फिलहाल कोई बात नहीं है।
While Joshimath and other towns in the hill state are reeling under land subsidence, experts are warning of an imminent earthquake in India.
The entire Himalayan belt is a known tectonic zone, and great earthquakes have happened in the past, and this what is called crustal deformation is taking place all along. Joshimath is the focus at the moment, but we have seen these kind of things happening elsewhere also.
But is India prepared to tackle an earthquake of such magnitude? Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, on that note, it's time for a short break where you could log on to indiatoday.in, also download our app for a lot more news on that. Stay with us. I'm going to come back with the top headlines.
Tell us about the industry first. How is it going, and when we end the fiscal year, what would the numbers stand at?
In 22-23, we'll end up with about 75,000 crores of exports.
Okay.
And about total production of about 350,000 crores of mobile phones. That's where we are going to land up with. And the total electronic production will be approximately $90 billion. Total electronic exports should cross $20 billion.
The industry, on the other hand, has been seeking a lot of strength with respect to the PLI incentives. Even non-fiscal incentives also the industry seeks. So are you saying that the industry needs to move beyond PLI schemes and fiscal incentives or non-fiscal incentives and start work on their own so that they could probably then become Atmanirbhar?
There is some things which the industry can do. I think that will happen automatically once the scale kicks in. Once the scale kicks in, then you can't hold back Indian entrepreneurs. That is the tipping point where things will dramatically change, and that portion of disability will get taken care of. Before that, I think the governments have to kick in as far as infrastructure is concerned, see how better the power situation now is compared to 2 decades back. Now, we need to do better in terms of pricing.
Last question, how are you seeing India's cellular manufacturing and electronics manufacturing industry going forward? how are the supply chains concerns for India, and are you in touch with the government for any incentives or schemes or any other support that you might be wanting, sir?
This is a very proactive government, and all of government and all of industry works together. The same thing we can say about Government of India and Government of UP. And in fact, in some ways, the government is running ahead of the industry in identifying the gaps of the industry and asking us what we need. I think it's a wonderful partnership, and I'm very optimistic about the future.
The first schedule of Tiger Shroff and Akshay Kumar's Bade Miyan Chote Miyan has been wrapped up. The news was confirmed by the producer of the film, Jackie Bhagnani.
Sir, अपनी अगली फिल्म अनाउंस कर रहा हूँ.
कब आ रही तेरी?
क्रिसमस 2023.
मुझसे क्लैश करेगा?
नहीं सर.
क्या नाम है तेरी फिल्म का?
सर छोटे मियां. आपका?
बड़े मियां.
Tiger Shroff too took to social media to share this picture and wrote, "It was an honor riding alongside you, Bade. Akshay Kumar, coming to you at the speed of light in a cinema near you." Directed by Alia Bhatt, Bade Miyan Chote Miyan is a modern take on the 1998 film of the same name, starring Amitabh Bachchan and Govinda.
दिखाई नहीं दे रहा? आरे की धार तेज कर रहा हूँ.
मेरे को उल्लू समझाए क्या? समझने की क्या जरूरत है? तू तो वैसे ही. मैं सब समझ रहा हूँ. तुम दोनों का अकेले में भागम भाग का प्लान है. मेरे को साथ में लेके जाना पड़ेगा.
Meanwhile, Akshay was in the capital recently to promote his upcoming film Selfie along with his co-star Imran Hashmi. The event was jam-packed with fans cheering for their favorite actor.
So nice to see such a loud, energetic crowd here.
Gift well with Sleep Well.
Very good afternoon. You're watching India Today. I'm Nabila Jamal taking you through the top news. Mallikarjun Kharge, Congress chief, says opposition must be united to defeat the BJP. Here's the top headlines. Mallikarjun Kharge puts up a tweet, triggers a storm, says the next government in 2024 will be an alliance government and it will be the Congress leading it. Big setback for Delhi Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia. The centre gives a nod to prosecute Sisodia in the Delhi Snoopgate scandal. Actor Alia Bhatt fumes after she was clicked by the paparazzi inside her house, lashes out, calls it a violation of her privacy. Sena versus Sena war in the top court now, as Supreme Court is all set to hear the Uddhav Thakere's plea against the Election Commission's ruling. Can Uddhav Thakere win his Sena back? Sensational murder plot claim made by Uddhav Thakere's Sena MP Sanjay Raut alleges that Chief Minister Eknath Shinde's son has plotted murder. Shinde hits out, says this is just a stunt. It will be investigated. Tamil Nadu BJP chief leads the campaign against DMK over soldiers' death, questions law and order under Stalin government. Protesters have been booked. Now, the battle for 2024 is certainly gaining steam here. In a big statement, Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge has claimed that an alliance will be formed to form the government in 2024. Basically, that the Congress party will be leading the united opposition to form the government in 2024, knocking BJP out of power. Kharge has also taken aim at BJP and Prime Minister Modi particularly, claiming that BJP will not form the government once again, and they will not have majority certainly for 2024. Kharge claims the Congress alliance will lead on democratic values, unlike Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Opposition unity remains quite a pipe dream there, with another key platter. In fact, the Trinamool Congress making it quite clear that they're not going to join the Congress-led alliance, but all eyes, of course, on the big fight next. 2024, big question now looms. Modi versus who?
In 2024, the alliance government will come in center. Congress will lead. We are talking with other parties because otherwise the democracy and constitution will go. Therefore, with every party, now and then, we are calling, we are talking, we are sharing our views how to win 2024. Therefore, the BJP will not get majority. Some people say they will not get majority. All other parties together, of course Congress will lead. We will get the majority. We will follow the constitution. We will follow the democracy.
2024 के जो मुद्दे हैं उससे भारतीय जनता पार्टी ऐसी घबराई हुई है, क्योंकि जब वो मुद्दे खुलकर सामने आ रहे हैं तो वो इंटरनेशनल साजिश की बात करते हैं। इस देश की असलियत है, इस देश की राजनीतिक असलियत है कि बहुत सारे ऐसे घटक दल हैं और हमने मिलकर सरकार चलाई है, और ऐसी सरकार चलाई है जिसने इस देश को सबसे ज्यादा ग्रोथ दी है, जिसने इस देश को सबसे ज्यादा प्रॉस्पेरिटी दी है, संपन्नता दी है, और 27 करोड़ लोगों को गरीबी की सीमा रेखा से निकाला है। हमने अपने घटक दलों के साथ मिलकर ऐसी सरकार चलाई है और हम बिल्कुल इससे नकारते नहीं है कि हम सब एक साथ खड़े हैं और एक साथ बीजेपी का सामना करेंगे।
देखिए, जिसको जीत का
All right, big breaking. Counting of votes for Delhi mayor concludes. Aam Aadmi Party claims majority. Congratulates Shelley Oberoi as the new mayor of Delhi. Aam Aadmi Party Neta tweets out, and I quote, "AAP won, goons lost." AAP Neta is congratulating Shelley Oberoi as the next mayor. AAP claims majority, congratulates Shelley Oberoi. Finally has ended, it appears. Counting of votes for the Delhi mayor has finally concluded after 3 rounds that failed. The 4th round seems to be a success as votes have finally concluded, and it appears that Aam Aadmi Party has now got majority as expected, and Shelley Oberoi to become the new mayor of Delhi. This is, of course, the mayor elections that's just concluded. The deputy mayor now to be decided. Again, this process will continue in the hours to come. There'll be more clarity. The standing committee also will be selected today itself. That's the hope. Now, counting of votes for Delhi mayor has concluded, and it appears Shelley Oberoi has been now declared as the mayor of Delhi. This is Aam Aadmi Party putting out a message on their Twitter feed, congratulating Shelley O'Brien, saying AAP won, the goons lost, basically taking a jibe at the BJP. Now, counting of votes has ended, and this signifying that Aam Aadmi Party has won the majority votes, and that means Shelley O'Brien has been voted as the mayor of Delhi. Delhi mayoral elections, that's just concluded. Amit Bharadwaj, who's right there tracking those developments. Amit, a quick word from you. Shelley O'Brien, is it the mayor of Delhi now?
Well, Nabila, it looks like the case because the voting process had concluded, and now the counting process of the Delhi mayoral poll has been concluded. Aam Aadmi Party is claiming that they have won this election. Saurabh Bharadwaj, tweeting out that the goons have lost the elections and Aam Aadmi Party has won the election. Manish Sisodia, the Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi, has made a similar claim and has also congratulated Shelley O'Brien, who was the mayor candidate of the Aam Aadmi Party in the MCD. But right now, the official confirmation is awaited. The official announcement of the counting of votes is yet to be done by the chair. Right there in the visuals, we are showing you as to what is happening inside the house right now. Right there with the counting of the ballots, the documents are being looked at. That is Shelley O'Brien standing in the middle of the house in the black jacket, white kurta. Shelley O'Brien, Aam Aadmi Party's mayoral candidate. Aam Aadmi Party is claiming that they have won the election. Shelley O'Brien is looking at the documents. On the left-hand side of the screen is Rekha Gupta, the BJP candidate. So both the mayoral candidates of Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP are standing with the officials where the counting process has been concluded and each document is being looked after. This is the time when the rechecking of the votes, the final look of the documents are usually done. So that process is happening. After this, there will be an official announcement from the chair, that is the presiding officer, will make the official announcement as to who has won the polls. But as of now, Aam Aadmi Party is claiming that they have won this election. They have gotten the mandate. It was Aam Aadmi Party which had gotten the mandate in the MCD in December itself, but the mayoral elections could not be concluded despite 3 attempts. In January, there were twice the house was called. In February, before this particular meeting, there was another house which was called, but because of the ruckus inside the house, the mayoral election could not be conducted. Today, the voting process went smoothly, the counting process went smoothly, and now everybody is waiting for the official announcement from the presiding officer's chair.
Do we know who's got the majority, Amit? Do we know if Aam Aadmi Party, as claimed, have got the majority?
Yes.
Is that already announced? AAP has got majority, and have the aldermen, as opposed to the Supreme Court, voted or not?
Well, Nabila, aldermen have not voted. The nominated members were not allowed to cast their vote because of the Supreme Court judgment. And right now there is pin drop silence at the Civic Centre. The supporters of Aam Aadmi Party are eagerly looking at the screen on which the proceedings of the House is being telecasted at the Civic Centre. Complete pin drop silence. Everybody waiting for the final word coming from the presiding officer. The official announcement needs to be done by the presiding officer. This claim of victory is being done. There's some announcement coming up, possibly. The Aam Aadmi Party Zindabad, the slogans are being raised on the house. The official announcement will be done shortly. But because the numbers are in favor of Aam Aadmi Party, Aam Aadmi Party is claiming that after the counting has concluded, they have won the election. There's a big gap between BJP and Aam Aadmi Party as far as the numbers are concerned. Had the aldermen gotten an opportunity to vote, the situation could have been different. But right now, it is in favor of the Aam Aadmi Party, and that is precisely why Delhi Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia has claimed that they have won the election. I can hear the sloganeering happening. On the other side, it is the AAP supporters who are sloganeering right now. The victory, Jhadu wale jeet gaye. So right there you could see Aam Aadmi Party MLA Kuldeep Kumar coming and they are signalling the victory. Has, you know, the celebrations for the victory in the MCD mayoral polls has clearly there's a possibility that the official announcement will be done shortly. What we can see is the AAP supporters, AAP MLAs are coming right there. Saurabh Bhardwaj, the Aam Aadmi Party's national spokesperson, is stepping down. They are celebrating the victory right now. They are celebrating the victory. They're claiming that AAP has won.
आज की जो जीत है वो जनता की जीत है। आज की तारीख में कहा जा सकता है कि गुंडे जो थे वो हार गए और जनता जो है जीत गई। ईमानदारी की, सच्चाई की और शराफत की आज जीत हुई है और जो गुंडागर्दी थी उसकी आज बहुत बड़ी हार हुई है। हम पहले दिन से कह रहे थे कि आम आदमी पार्टी को जनता ने वोट देके जिताया है, मेयर भी आम आदमी पार्टी की ही बनेगी, इसमें कोई शक नहीं था, कोई शुबा नहीं था। भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने, केंद्र सरकार ने और एलजी साहब ने हर वो कोशिश की कि किसी तरीके से एमसीडी के अंदर मेयर ना बने, एमसीडी केंद्र के अंदर ही चले, मगर आज जो है जनता की जीत हुई है। मेरी तरफ से दिल्ली के सभी लोगों को बहुत बहुत बधाई।
जो क्रॉस वोटिंग का डर था वो नहीं हुआ, 150 का आंकड़ा पूरा आपके।
देखिए, हमने पहले ही कहा था कि ये आम आदमी पार्टी के सिपाही हैं, ये अन्ना हजारे के आंदोलन से निकलने वाले लोग हैं, ये अरविंद केजरीवाल की एक एक बात पे जान देने वाले लोग हैं। ये लोग बिकने वाले लोग नहीं है। ये कांग्रेस पार्टी नहीं है जो बिक के आज बीजेपी में चली जाए। आज भी कांग्रेस पार्टी ने भारतीय जनता पार्टी की मदद के लिए वॉकआउट किया ताकि भारतीय जनता पार्टी को किसी भी तरीके से मदद मिल जाए और हमें गर्व है, हमारा एक एक पार्षद, हमारी एक एक पार्षद हमारे साथ खड़ी है और आगे भी साथ रहेगी।
चुनाव आज कराएंगे या फिर अगली प्रोसीडिंग का वेट करेंगे?
देखिए, आज ही जैसा कि हमने बताया इलेक्शन कराया जाएगा। अभी जो है मेयर का इलेक्शन हुआ है, शैली ओबरॉय हमारी मेयर बनी है, उनको पार्टी की तरफ से और पार्टी की लीडरशिप की तरफ से बहुत बहुत बधाई। और अब जो है आले इकबाल जो है वो डिप्टी मेयर बनेंगे।
They have won the election. The official number announcement has been done as well. 150 is the number in favor of Aam Aadmi Party right now. A sense of celebration in the Aam Aadmi Party workers right now. Saurabh Bhardwaj speaking to India Today and the media, he said that, you know, their mandate was in their favor, and that victory has been officially announced today as well, where Shelley Oberoi has won. There were speculations that cross voting could happen, but that has not happened. Nabila, you know, 150 is the number in favor of Shelley Oberoi, and Shelley Oberoi is now officially the first mayor of the United Municipal Corporation of Delhi. After the unification of MCD, this is the first mayoral polls which have happened, and Shelley Oberoi is going to get noted in the history of MCD's history. She has now been officially announced the first elected mayor of the unified MCD Aam Aadmi Party, registering a thumping majority, very strong majority in the House. 150 votes right there. The celebrations have already started. Slogans in favor of Aam Aadmi Party being raised at the Civic Centre, and it is because Aam Aadmi Party's mayoral candidate Shelley Oberoi has won the election. Right there you could see the celebrations happening at the Civic Centre, and these faces that you are seeing, the happy faces that you are seeing, each of them had waited quite long, because the elections in Delhi, MCD elections in Delhi, was concluded in the month of December. Around 7th of December the result had come, and after that Delhi has been endlessly waiting to get its mayor. Now that Shelly Oberoi has been elected as the mayor, first mayor of the unified MCD. The question is whether the deputy mayor election will be held today or not. Saurabh Bhardwaj said that, the deputy mayor election will be concluded today itself. The voting and counting for the deputy mayor's post will be concluded today itself. And that Alia Iqbal, the AAP candidate, will be declared as the deputy mayor of the unified MCD as well. So clearly a sense of a sug of relief and a sense of, the AAP workers are happy right now. The AAP MLAs are happy right now who had participated in this entire process, waited for long. And Nabila, for
to clarify to us if the deputy mayor will also be elected today. Will the deputy mayor also be elected today, and what will be the process to that? Or is this just now going to be an automatic succession since the mayor is the Aam Aadmi Party candidate, Shelly Oberoi? Does that mean the deputy naturally will come from the Aam Aadmi Party? What's the election process for the deputy mayor, and when will that announcement be made?
The deputy mayor election will happen today. That's the word Saurabh Bhardwaj is saying, that the process of deputy mayor election will be done today. Alia Iqbal is the candidate from Aam Aadmi Party, and Aam Aadmi Party is claiming that they're going to win that post as well. Kuldeep, कांग्रेचुलेशंस, आप लोग लंबे इंतजार के बाद आज जीते हैं, लेकिन अब सवाल ये डिप्टी मेयर का चुनाव आज होगा नहीं होगा?
देखिए, पहले आपको भी बधाई, दिल्ली के लोगों को बधाई। दिल्ली में लोकतंत्र जीता, सच्चाई जीती और भारतीय जनता पार्टी की गुंडागर्दी, तानाशाही हार गई। और आज शैली ओबरॉय जी जो मेयर बनी है, मैं उनको बधाई देता हूं और साथ में कहता हूं डिप्टी मेयर का चुनाव अभी होगा और डिप्टी मेयर भी आम आदमी पार्टी का बनेगा, स्टैंडिंग कमेटी भी आम आदमी पार्टी का बनेगा। एक पार्षद हमारा साथ है। मैं पहले ही कहा था, हमारे पास नंबर है, दिल्ली के लोगों ने हमें मैंडेट दिया, लेकिन भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने गुंडागर्दी की। लेकिन उच्चतम न्यायालय ने जो संज्ञान लिया, उनका धन्यवाद करते हैं, उन्होंने संज्ञान लिया और देश का लोकतंत्र बचा।
आप विधायक हैं, मेंबर भी हैं हाउस के। डिप्टी मेयर का जो प्रोसेस है वोटिंग का, वो कब से शुरू होगा और क्या उसमें क्रॉस वोटिंग का खतरा है या वो खतरा अब खत्म हो चुका है?
देखिए, हमारे लिए खतरा कोई नहीं है। आम आदमी पार्टी के लोग, आंदोलन से निकले हुए लोग हैं, कट्टर ईमानदार लोग हैं, अरविंद केजरीवाल जी के सिपाही हैं और एक भी आदमी हिलने वाला नहीं। हमने पहले ही कहा था, ये कांग्रेस के लोग नहीं है। भारतीय जनता पार्टी, कांग्रेस समझने की गलती ना करे। आलिया इकबाल डिप्टी मेयर बनेंगे, शैली ओबरॉय बन चुकी है, स्टैंडिंग कमेटी भी हमारा होगा, मेयर भी हमारा होगा। दिल्ली के लोगों ने जो वोट दिया था, आज उसका उनको फल मिलेगा।
So you just heard, Nabila, that was Kuldeep Kumar, Aam Aadmi Party MLA, and who is also member of the House of the MCD. He's claiming that Shelly Oberoi has won with thumping majority. 150 is the number in favor of Aam Aadmi Party's mayoral candidate. And now Kuldeep was just saying as to how the deputy mayor post election will be conducted today and concluded today itself. And now AAP's morale has boosted because of its victory in the unified MCD's first mayoral poll. Shelly Oberoi will be noted down in the history as the first mayor of the unified MCD, first women mayor of this unified MCD. And now the voting process of the deputy mayor's post will be begun sometime from now. Presiding officer Satya Sharma, who is the BJP councillor, she will have to step down from the chair because it is Shelly Oberoi who will conduct the deputy mayoral election as well as the standing committee members election. So clearly that process will take some time because first the certificate of victory will be handed over to Shelly Oberoi. After that the entire house will be rezigged. The chair will be handed over to Shelly Oberoi. And from there the process of deputy mayor's election will be started. So that is going to take some time from now, and the voting process will remain same as the mayoral election. MPs, MLAs and the elected councillors of the MCD will have the voting right. Now we'll have to wait as to by when the deputy mayoral post election will begin. But Aam Aadmi Party is claiming that their candidate Alia Iqbal Mohammed will register a similar victory like Shelly Oberoi. Back to Nabila.
All right, it's of course a huge victory for the Aam Aadmi Party as they have fought their way through 3 times around. First week of January, the last week of January, first week of February, 3 attempts that they made to elect the mayor, and it fell flat because there was a lot of confusion on whether the aldermen, the members nominated by the Lieutenant Governor, would be allowed to vote in this process or not. But Amit, even if the aldermen had voted, it wouldn't have changed the majority situation that the Aam Aadmi Party held. So what was really the grouse all about? And let's not forget that now the Aam Aadmi Party has taken control of the civic body after 15 years. It was under the BJP's control for 15 years. 15 years later, they won majority, but yet it doesn't seem like it was in their hand entirely until now. Now, of course, they've taken away the mayor's post, but what really was the problem?
True, Nabila. You know, 15 years of BJP's rule in the MCD, in the civic body of the national capital, comes to an end officially today. However, the election results had come out on 7th of December itself. Ideally, the AAP should have been in a position to control the MCD, the civic body. But because, you know, there are several practical factors as well. The BJP has been a part and parcel of the entire civic body system for the past decade and a half. The officers knew how the system works. The BJP knew how the system works. And because the delay in the mayoral elections was sending a signal possibly that AAP is not in control of the situation. But after the Supreme Court's verdict, three straight instructions from the Supreme Court that the nominated members, the aldermen, cannot cast their vote. The mayor election needs to be conducted. A timeline was given for the announcement of the mayoral election, and that the mayor will hold the election for the deputy mayor and the standing committee. All these instructions, the orders of the Supreme Court, verdict of the Supreme Court came in favor of Aam Aadmi Party. Shelley Oberoi has been now officially declared as the first mayor of the unified MCD. So from now, the regime of Aam Aadmi Party will officially begin. They will take charge of the MCD, and the working style of MCD could change in the days to come. But right now, the second step for Aam Aadmi Party would be to get its deputy mayor elected in the MCD. And, from that, there are possibility as to whether we will see...
A key factor is also the standing committee.
वो जनता की जीत है. आज की तारीख में कहा जा सकता है कि गुंडे जो थे वो हार गए और जनता जो है जीत गई. ईमानदारी की, सच्चाई की और शराफत की आज जीत हुई है, और जो गुंडागर्दी थी उसकी आज बहुत बड़ी हार हुई है. हम पहले दिन से कह रहे थे कि आम आदमी पार्टी को जनता ने वोट देके जिताया है. मेयर भी आम आदमी पार्टी की ही बनेगी, इसमें कोई शक नहीं था, कोई शुबा नहीं था. भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने, केंद्र सरकार ने और एलजी साहब ने हर वो कोशिश की कि किसी तरीके से एमसीडी के अंदर मेयर ना बने, एमसीडी केंद्र के अंदर ही चले. मगर आज जो है जनता की जीत हुई है. मेरी तरफ से दिल्ली के सभी लोगों को बहुत बहुत बधाई.
जो क्रॉस वोटिंग का डर था वो नहीं हुआ. 150 का आंकड़ा पूरा आपके फेवर में आया है.
देखिए, हमने पहले ही कहा था कि ये आम आदमी पार्टी के सिपाही हैं, ये अन्ना हजारे के आंदोलन से निकलने वाले लोग हैं, ये अरविंद केजरीवाल की एक एक बात पे जान देने वाले लोग हैं. ये लोग बिकने वाले लोग नहीं है. ये कांग्रेस पार्टी नहीं है जो बिक के आज बीजेपी में चली जाए. आज भी कांग्रेस पार्टी ने भारतीय जनता पार्टी की मदद के लिए वॉकआउट किया ताकि भारतीय जनता पार्टी को किसी भी तरीके से मदद मिल जाए. और हमें गर्व है, हमारा एक एक पार्षद, हमारी एक एक पार्षद हमारे साथ खड़ी है और आगे भी साथ.
डिप्टी मेयर का चुनाव आज कराएंगे या फिर अगली प्रोसीडिंग का वेट करेंगे?
देखिए, आज ही जैसा कि हमने बताया इलेक्शन कराया जाएगा. अभी जो है मेयर का इलेक्शन हुआ है. शैली ओबरॉय हमारी मेयर बनी है, उनको पार्टी की तरफ से और पार्टी की लीडरशिप की तरफ से बहुत बहुत बधाई. और अब जो है आले इकबाल जो है वो डिप्टी मेयर बनेंगे.
ओके, सो दैट इज
देखिए, भारतीय जनता पार्टी सिर्फ और सिर्फ बेईमानी से, चीटिंग करके अपना मेयर बनाना चाहती थी. आप सोचिए, ऐसा कैसे संभव है प्रजातंत्र के अंदर कि जब वोट जो है आम आदमी पार्टी को मिला है, आम आदमी पार्टी को जनता ने जिताया है, तो बीजेपी की मेयर कैसे बन सकती है? साफ बात है कि खरीद फरोख्त की कोशिश की गई, मगर भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लालच देने के बावजूद भी आम आदमी का पार्षद उनके ना तो लालच में आया, ना ही उनके दबाव में आया.
All right, let me cut across to Ram Kinkar, getting us more on this. Ram Kinkar, big win for the Aam Aadmi Party as Shelley Oberoi wins as the mayor. She's got the majority votes. Of course, there was much confusion initially, and after chaos, 3 failed attempts, finally the 4th time it's concluded with the mayor selected. Deputy mayor's elections also to be held right away?
Nabila, absolutely right. And after 80 days, now the Delhi will get its mayor as a Shaili Oberoi. And Shaili Oberoi will be the first mayor of the unified MCD. And now joining with the आम आदमी पार्टी स्पोक्सपर्सन मिस्टर घनेंद्र जी, ये बताइए कि अब जो जाहिर तौर पर उप महापौर का चुनाव और स्टैंडिंग कमेटी का चुनाव होगा कि नहीं होगा?
देखिए, सबसे पहले तो दिल्ली के लोगों को बहुत बहुत बधाई कि दिल्ली के लोगों ने जो मैंडेट दिया था, दिल्ली के लोगों का जनादेश क्लियर करता कि एमसीडी में भी केजरीवाल मॉडल ऑफ गवर्नेंस लागू होना चाहिए। लेकिन पिछले 80 दिन से लगातार भारतीय जनता पार्टी दिल्ली के लोगों के मैंडेट का अपमान कर रही थी, दिल्ली के लोगों के जनादेश को कुचलने का काम कर रही थी। हम आज धन्यवाद देना चाहते हैं ऑनरेबल सुप्रीम कोर्ट का भी कि उनकी डायरेक्शन पे आज चुनाव शांतिपूर्ण तरीके से संपन्न हुआ है। और निश्चित तौर पर आज जो एमसीडी में हमारी जीत हुई है, वो जीत इस बात की प्रतीक है कि दिल्ली को जिस तरीके से अरविंद केजरीवाल जी ने सोचा था, जो एक अरविंद केजरीवाल जी का सपना था दिल्ली को लेके कि दिल्ली देश का नहीं विश्व का सबसे खूबसूरत शहर बने, दिल्ली कूड़ा मुक्त हो, दिल्ली की एमसीडी भ्रष्टाचार मुक्त हो।
अच्छा, अब जो देखिए, बीजेपी तो आरोप लगा रही है कि अब हो सकता है स्टैंडिंग कमेटी का चुनाव न कराएं लोग, तो अब उप महापौर और स्टैंडिंग कमेटी के 6 सदस्यों का चुनाव होगा आज या आगे दूसरे दिन होगा? क्योंकि आज तो तीनों होना है, मेयर तो चुन लिया गया, अब उप महापौर भी चुने जाएगा।
देखिए, भारतीय जनता पार्टी पहले दिन से एमसीडी की अपनी,
आप तो मेरे सवाल का जवाब ही नहीं दे रहे।
वही कह रहा हूँ, निश्चित तौर पर क्योंकि आज दिल्ली की एमसीडी को मेयर मिला है, आज शैली ओबराय मेयर बन गई हैं। अब डिप्टी मेयर का चुनाव और स्टैंडिंग कमेटी मेंबर्स का चुनाव शैली ओबराय करवाएंगी। अब हाउस चलाने की जिम्मेदारी और आगे की सारी प्रक्रिया शैली ओबराय कराएगी, तो यह शैली ओबराय तय करेंगी और जो एमसीडी के अधिकारी मिलकर तय करेंगे।
Right, Nabila, and it is also the process that which is also declared by the Supreme Court in their order that after the mayor election there should be the election of deputy mayor and the election of 6 members of a standing committee, but whose presiding officers will be the elected mayor. Now the BJP also alleged that Aam Aadmi Party can create a ruckus in the case of electing 6 members of a standing committee, and they are also saying that they are not willing to do so. But now you can see that Aam Aadmi
do stay with us. Aam Aadmi Party's Saurabh Bharadwaj is speaking to my colleague Amit Bharadwaj. Let's cut across to this victorious moment for Aam Aadmi Party.
अनाउंसमेंट कर रहे हैं, आधिकारिक घोषणा कर रहे हैं और कह रहे हैं कि मैंडेट उनके फेवर में था। जब दिल्ली की जनता ने आम आदमी पार्टी को मैंडेट दिया था और सुप्रीम कोर्ट की वर्डिक्ट की वजह से आज पूरा मेयर चुनाव की प्रक्रिया को पूरा किया गया, जिसमें शैली ओबराय 150 वोट उनको उनके फेवर में मिले और आम आदमी पार्टी ने जीत हासिल की है। अब डिप्टी मेयर और स्टैंडिंग कमेटी का चुनाव होना है। साथ ही आम आदमी पार्टी कह रही है कि जीत के जश्न की पूरी तैयारियां पार्टी के मुख्यालय पे कर दी गई हैं और मुख्यमंत्री अरविंद केजरीवाल खुद इस जीत के सेलिब्रेशन में शिरकत करेंगे, पार्टिसिपेट करेंगे। वीडियो जर्नलिस्ट साजिद आलम के साथ में अमित भारद्वाज, दिल्ली, आज तक।
मिलकर इस सपने को पूरा करना है, हम सबको मिलकर दिल्ली की जनता की उम्मीदों को पूरा करना है। इसलिए आप सबके आशीर्वाद और सहयोग की बहुत बहुत जरूरत है। धन्यवाद।
महापौर जी, कूड़े के पहाड़ को लेके आपका क्या सुझाव है? आपका क्या सुझाव है? महापौर जी, दिल्ली के कूड़े के पहाड़ को लेके आपका क्या सुझाव है?
अभी बैठक को हम 10 मिनट के लिए स्थगित करते हैं, 10 मिनट के बाद बैठक दोबारा से होगी।
That was Shaili Oberoi, the newly elected mayor of Delhi, addressing the House. This is after 15 years that Aam Aadmi Party has now taken control of the civic body. It was all the while the BJP who had strong control of the civic body in Delhi. It's 15 years. In fact, ever since Aam Aadmi Party came into the picture in Delhi, they've been, this is the third time that they've come back to power. All these years, Aam Aadmi Party, despite being in the government, had no control over the civic body. The first time in 15 years, they've managed to wrest control of the MCD. It's a huge win for the Aam Aadmi Party, of course. India Today, right on top of this story. I'm going to slip into a quick break. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Over 3 decades, Business Today has delivered news, views and analysis like no other, chronicling India Inc.'s journey through time. Now, at 31 years, Business Today presents the future. Mission 2047, Road to India at 100. With Indian industry's biggest stalwarts and an exclusive interview with Google CEO Sundar Pichai.
A corporate museum called The Journey has got everyone talking. This museum showcases the origins of the DS Group, its struggling era, initial phase of establishment, the downfall followed by rejuvenation of family members, revival of business and reincarnation of the belief of the founder Shri Satyapalji. It's actually the art of storytelling, which involves a wide range of media and multimedia tools backed by context-driven, strong narrative that has made the outcome truly an undulating one. It took 2 years for this museum to be completed.
I took over the business and I used to see the files of my father, the records and other things. So I came to know that what was the hard work he put in. And in 50s and 60s, where there was no brand consciousness, he used to work hard. We got those handmade designs and other things. Creating brand where trademark and branding was not known to anybody. So then we started collecting them, and there were huge bundles of papers and other things. So we started developing a biography on him.
Okay.
So in 2014.
You're watching In the Club. I'm Nabila Jamal. This is where we get you all the best from the world of entertainment. Alia Bhatt, actor, has always been quite vocal about issues. This time as well was no different. In fact, she pulled up the paparazzi for clicking her pictures while she was unaware, basically stalking her home, of her being completely oblivious of a camera pointed at her balcony window from an opposite building. The Mumbai police has taken cognizance, contacted Alia, asked her to file a formal complaint in the matter. Let's have a look.
Actor Alia Bhatt has always been vocal about what's on her mind, ensuring that she voices against the wrong, as she found herself this time being stalked in the privacy of her own home. That's right. Alia took to social media to bash a leading news portal for crossing all the lines after she was papped while she was enjoying some private time in her home balcony. Tagging the Mumbai police, the actress wrote, and we quote, "Are you kidding me? I was at my house having a perfectly normal afternoon, sitting in my living room, when I felt something watching me. I looked up and saw 2 men on the terrace of my neighboring building with a camera right at me." She further added, "In what world is this okay and allowed? This is a gross invasion of someone's privacy. There is a line you just cannot cross, and it is safe to say all lines were crossed today." Soon after, other celebrities came out in her support and blasted the paparazzi as well. Fellow actor Arjun Kapoor took to social media and shared a screen grab of Alia's Instagram story and called the pap's move as absolutely shameless. Anushka Sharma, who's also been at the receiving end of a similar issue, shared her experience when her daughter Vamika's face was revealed despite multiple requests. However, this isn't the only time Anushka and her family discussed the breach of privacy. Earlier, when an unidentified individual entered into Virat Kohli's hotel room in Australia and posted clips of his belongings, the incident also sparked several debates, including the privacy of celebrities and where one needs to draw the line. Entertainment Bureau, India Today.
Now, Indian cinema has, of course, seen immense growth when it comes to content across several regional industries. As many would say, it's, of course, great times for movies, irrespective of what language. The language barriers have been shattered. Let's take a quick look at the most anticipated Tamil film, The Entertainers, coming up in 2023, which have kept fans all hooked. Have a look.
Southern cinema is known for its flavors, be it over-the-top action sequences, light-hearted comedy, or a complete masala entertainer.
పానం కన్నా విలువైన నీ సోపతి నా సొంతం అన్నా గర్వంతో మనలో కలిసిపోతేనే
The fact that it has such a wide reach irrespective of the language barrier explains the craze and power of these regional films. While we have Kannada films, Telugu films and Malayalam movies that have had a dream run lately and continue to do so, let's take a look at the A-listers and their most anticipated Tamil movies of 2023 as the industry is basking in the glory of some of the biggest hits. Jailer. Jailer will be Rajnikant's first film since the release of Annate in 2021. Directed by Nelson Dilip Kumar, the movie has a stellar cast comprising of Jackie Shroff, Shivaraj Kumar, Mohanlal and Tamanna among others. The movie is scheduled to roll out in cinemas on April 14th. Ponniyin Selvan 2. Filmmaker Mani Ratnam's dream project Ponniyin Selvan Part 1 fetched critical acclaim and was a commercial success. The first part of this magnum opus ended on a cliffhanger, and now all eyes are on the second part, which will hit theatres on April 28th. The second part will pick up from where it ended in PS1 and will have answers to key questions about the Chola dynasty. Based on the novel by Kalki Krishnamurthy, the historical drama features Aishwarya Rai Bachchan, Chian Vikram, Trisha, Jayam Ravi and Karthi in lead roles. Leo. Thalapathy Vijay is one of the most celebrated actors of Tamil cinema, and every time he returns on the big screen, it's no less than a carnival. Leo will also feature Sanjay Dutt, who is all set to make his Tamil debut. Trisha will also be playing a crucial role in the film, and with this, the actress and Thalapathy Vijay will collaborate after 14 years.
அதான் பார்த்தனே சார் பயங்கர ரொமான்டிக் மூட்ல இருந்தீங்க.
சாரி அஞ்சலி.
எதுக்கு?
இல்ல நேத்து நீ வீட்டுக்கு வந்திருந்தப்போ நான் மாதிரி பேசிர கூடாதுல.
சச்சா அந்த இடத்துல நான் இருந்திருந்தாலும் அப்படிதான் பேசிருப்பேன்.
Leo will also mark yet another collaboration between Thalapathy Vijay and filmmaker Lokesh Kanagaraj. Their first being Master. The action thriller will release in October. Megastar Kamal Hassan will also treat fans with his next offering, Indian 2. Directed by Shankar, the film is a sequel to the much celebrated film of the same name. Cine lovers are waiting with bated breath to witness Kamal Hassan in the khaki costume, essaying the role of vigilante Senapati. Surya 42. Next in line is Surya with his tentatively titled film Surya 42. Directed by Sirudai Siva, touted as historical fantasy drama, the film will also star Disha Patni in lead role. As per reports, Surya 42 has a 1,000-year-old backstory with some solid action. The superstar was last seen in Edarkum Tunindavan in a full-fledged role. Directed by Pandiraj, the action drama received mixed response at the box office. He also appeared in cameo role in Vikram and Rocketry, The Nambi Effect.
All right, let's have a quick look at all the leading stories coming in from Southern cinema. Here's our trending segment, Up South.
The sequel of Mohanlal's Lucifer is expected to go on floors in the second half of 2023. The Malayalam superstar is working on Lucifer 2 Empuran, a follow-up to his 2019 blockbuster. The film will be directed by Prithviraj Sukumaran. He also has Rajnikant starrer Jailer in his kitty, which will also feature Jackie Shroff and Shiva Rajkumar in pivotal roles. Meanwhile, Mohanlal was last seen in Alone, which did not live up to expectations.
By which small changes in initial conditions can lead to large-scale and unpredictable variations in the future state of system. ഞാൻ 13A പുതിയ താമസക്കാരനാ. Who are you?
The second schedule of Nandamuri Balakrishna's NBK 108 has been postponed due to the untimely demise of actor Taraka Ratna. The 39-year-old passed away in Bengaluru hospital after being hospitalized for 20 days. Filmmaker Anil Ravipudi took to social media to announce the same. The first schedule of this action entertainer was wrapped up in December last year. Meanwhile, Balayya was last seen in Veerasimha Reddy, directed by Gopi Chand Malineni. The action drama featured Nandamuri Balakrishna in a dual role and also starred Shruti Hassan in pivotal role. Trisha took some time off the sets to go on a shikara ride, and a picture from the same is now circulating online. The actress has been currently shooting in Kashmir for her upcoming film Leo, co-starring Talapati Vijay. Recently, she had also uploaded a video as she performed Mahashivratri Puja in the valley. As far as Leo is concerned, the film is being directed by Lokesh Kanagaraj and marks yet another collaboration between the filmmaker and the protagonist Talapati Vijay after Master. It also marks Trisha's return with Vijay on the big screens after a gap of 14 years.
All right, it's now time to check out what's keeping our celebrities busy. Here's our popular segment, What's Trending.
Janhvi Kapoor took to social media to share a throwback picture. In the photo, Janhvi can be seen posing with her late mother and actress Sridevi. Remembering her mother, she even penned down an emotional note. The actress wrote, and we quote, "I still look for you everywhere, Mama. Still do everything I do, hoping I'm making you proud. Everywhere I go and everything I do, it starts and ends with you." This post comes ahead of Sridevi's 5th death anniversary. The untimely demise of the late actress, who worked in over 300 films, left an eternal void in the film industry. Recently, Bonnie Kapoor had announced Sridevi's biopic titled The Life of a Legend. Meanwhile, on the work front, Janhvi Kapoor will next be seen in Nitesh Tiwari's Bawal, co-starring Varun Dhawan. The film will release on 7th of April 2023. She also has Mr. and Mrs. Mahi alongside Rajkumar Rao in her kitty. Janhvi was last seen in a survival thriller, Millie, which was a remake of the Malayalam film Helen.
Welcome to Doom's Kitchen. Can I take your order, please?
घर नहीं पहुंची अभी तक?
जमायला खूप थंड आहे रे. क्षिप्रा वेत्रवती महासूर्ण देखायाता गया गंडके पूर्ण पूर्ण
राम, ये बाबू भैया का क्या करेंगे यार. इनके हाथ में सोने का लोटा दिया ना, फिर भी इन्होंने सिर्फ भीख ही मांगना है. अरे इतना बड़ा स्विमिंग पूल है, फिर भी बाल्टी में रस्सी बांध के नहाने बैठ जाएंगे. आस पड़ोस में क्या इज्जत रहेगी. कुआं खोद रखा है मैंने यहाँ.
The trio of the widely popular franchise Hera Fairy has reportedly kick-started shooting for the third installment of the film in Mumbai. Earlier, Akshay Kumar had announced his exit from Hera Fairy Part 3. But the latest report suggests that he is now very much part of it, along with co-star Sunil Shetty and Paresh Rawal. Interestingly, the first part of Hera Fairy also went on floors at Empire Studios in Mumbai back in 1999. And ever since, Babu Rao, Raju and Shyam have become the most iconic characters of Indian cinema. The second part of this comedy flick titled Phir Hera Fairy rolled out in cinemas in 2006. And with Hera Fairy Part 3 in the pipeline, it's like life coming in a full circle.
चोर चोर तू खोपड़ी तोड़. ए बाबू भैया.
Kunal Khemu took to social media to share this video from his workout session, proving that he is one of the fittest Hollywood celebs. Meanwhile, on the work front, the actor who donned the director's hat for Madgaon Express for the first time recently announced the wrap of his maiden venture. He shared a series of pictures posing alongside the cast and crew of the film and his friends who believed in him. Madgaon Express will feature Pratik Gandhi and Divyendu Sharma in key roles. The makers of Ranbir Kapoor and Shraddha Kapoor's starrer Tu Jhooti Main Makkaar have unveiled the new song from the film titled Show Me the Thumka. Sung by Sunidhi Chauhan and Shashwat Singh, the peppy track is shot in a wedding-like setup and showcases a fun banter between Shraddha and Ranbir. Directed by Lav Ranjan, Tu Jhooti Main Makkaar is all set to roll out in cinemas on March 8th.
Show me the
Entertainment Bureau, India Today.
All right, it's now time for a short break, but we're going to leave you with these pictures coming from newlyweds Siddharth Malhotra and Kiara Advani's Sangeet ceremony. Stay tuned.
Janhvi Kapoor will reportedly make her Telugu debut in Junior NTR's Tara NTR 30, which will be directed by Koratala Shiva. According to reports, the film is all set to go on the floor soon. Janhvi Kapoor will be next seen in Bawal opposite Varun Dhawan, which is touted to be an intense action drama. She also has sports drama titled Mr. and Mrs. Mahi in her kitty. Janhvi Kapoor was last seen in Millie, which was a remake of the Malayalam thriller Helen.
Welcome to Doom's Kitchen. Can I take your order, please?
Whereas Junior NTR's previous release RRR has emerged as a pan-India blockbuster. The film has grabbed many awards, including the Golden Globes, Critics' Choice, and has also been nominated for the Oscars in Best Original Song category. Besides NTR 30, he also has NTR 31 in his kitty.
It's now time to check out the biggest newsmakers from across the globe. Here's our fully foreign segment.
The Weeknd and Ariana Grande took to social media to tease fans about their upcoming song, which is a remix of 2016 Starboy hit Die For You.
I don't want this feeling, I can't afford love. I try to find reason to pull us apart. It ain't working, cause you're perfect, and I know that you're worth it. I can't walk away. Even though we're going through it and it makes you feel alone, just know that I would die for you. Baby, I would die for you. Yeah.
It's not the first time pop's dynamic duo have worked together on a musical collaboration. In 2021, Grande and The Weeknd teamed up for Billboard Hot 100 topping remix of After Hours' Save Your Tears. The Weeknd also featured both in Love Me Harder from Grande's sophomore album, My Everything. As well as Off the Table from her 2020 album Positions.
It's that damn cold night, trying to figure out this life. Won't you take me by the hand, take me somewhere new? I don't know who you are, but I'm with you. I'm with you.
I'm With You singer Avril Lavigne and Maud's son have reportedly broken up.
Is anybody here?
The duo got engaged in March last year following a romantic proposal in Paris, with Eiffel Tower glistening in the background. This comes after Avril was spotted with Kylie Jenner's ex Tyga as they joined friends for dinner at Nobu. Avril and Maudson were last seen publicly together at a pre-Grammy event for supporting rapper Machine Gun Kelly, who had split with Transformer actress Megan Fox. The former couple first met in January 2021 before announcing they were dating the following month. Shortly after meeting, the punk rockers collaborated on song Flame. Ariana DeBose has deactivated her Twitter account after getting trolled for her rap performance at the Baftas.
The category is Outstanding Debut. Charlotte Wells, we love After Sun.
Fans took jibe at DeBose after she sang a rap for the female nominees in the Baftas, which has reportedly led to her quitting Twitter.
Electric melodies, Marie, girl, what a slave. Sandy Powell without fellowship. Costume queen, can you fix this zip? All the ladies in the room, supporting and leading, all here I presume. Hong Chao, Dolly D, Carrie and Carrie with the C. Dame Emma, I'm so fond. Anna girl, you were great and blonde. Danielle D, you broke my heart. Michelle, I've loved you from the start. Angela Bassett did the thing. Viola Davis, my woman king.
DeBose has done several rap performances in the past, sparking fire for her cryptic lyrics. She sang, Angela Bassett did the thing. Viola Davis, my woman king. Blanchett Kate, you're a genius. Jamie Lee, you're all of us. While the live audience seemed to have loved the rap, many netizens then called the lyrics cringe.
Angela Bassett did the thing. Viola Davis, my woman king. Blanchett Kate, you're a genius. And Jamie Lee, you are all of us.
Ariana garnered a lot of praise for her role as Anita in the West Side Story and has appeared in several films and series including Poolman, House of Spoils and Hamilton, among others. She's also bagged many awards including an Oscars, Golden Globe and British Academy Film Award, among others. Entertainment Bureau, India Today.
Life matters even more than love.
And that's all that we could pack on our show today. Keep watching In the Club Monday to Friday, 2:30 p.m. and 11:30 p.m. only on India Today to get your daily dose of entertainment news. Until then, goodbye.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
You are watching India Today.
Hi there, very good afternoon. You're watching India Today TV. I'm Sneha. Let's tell you what the top stories this Wednesday are. Aam Aadmi Party wins Delhi Mayor Dangal. Shelly Oberoi is the new civic body chief. Arvind Kejriwal says goons have lost. People of Delhi have won. It's a big setback for Delhi Deputy Chief Minister. The centre gives a nod to prosecute Manish Sisodia in the Delhi Snoopgate case. Sisodia calls it a fake case. Mallikarjun Kharge declares Congress-led alliance will come to power in 2024. But can opposition unite against Modi? Day after S. Jaishankar taunted Rahul Gandhi over China, Congress hits back, calls Jaishankar India's most failed foreign minister. BJP workers who protested against the killing of an army man by a DMK Neta have been booked. Tamil Nadu BJP chief questions law and order under Stalin. Actor Alia Bhatt fumes after she was clipped by paparazzi inside her house, lashes out, calls it violation of privacy. We have some news just coming in. Aam Aadmi Party National Convener Arvind Kejriwal has congratulated Shelly Oberoi for winning the Delhi MCD mayor elections. Goons have lost, people have won, is what the Chief Minister has said. Victory of Delhi voters, defeat of hooliganism is what Arvind Kejriwal said, congratulating Mayor Shelly Oberoi. Mayor finally comes to rest. After 70 days and 3 failed attempts, the national capital has finally got a mayor. AAP's Shelly Oberoi is the new mayor of Delhi. She defeated BJP's Rekha Gupta, becoming the first mayor after the unification. Oberoi received 150 votes as against the BJP candidates' 116. As soon as the results were declared, celebrations started in the Aam Aadmi Party, with leaders of Arvind Kejriwal's party calling it a win of people and defeat of goons. This days after the Supreme Court ordered that nominated members will play no role in the voting process. AAP won the December poll battle by securing 134 of 200 votes, bringing an end to BJP's 15 years of rule over the civic body. The House witnessed massive uproar, ruckus, chaos. Even BJP and AAP councillors attacked each other in last 3 attempts, remember, to elect a mayor.
सबसे पहले मैं धन्यवाद करना चाहूंगी माननीय मुख्यमंत्री अरविंद केजरीवाल जी का, माननीय मुख्यमंत्री मनीष सिसोदिया जी का, दिल्ली की जनता का और आप सबका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, बहुत बहुत आभार।
दिल्ली के उपराज्यपाल का भी, जिनके आदेश पर चुनाव हो रहा है।
जी बिल्कुल देखिए, उपराज्यपाल जी का भी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, जो आप सबने मुझे यहाँ चुनकर, महापौर चुनकर सदन को चलाने का मौका दिया। मैं आप सबको आश्वासन देती हूँ कि इस सदन की कार्यवाही को संवैधानिक तरीके से टीएमसी एक्ट के अनुसार ही चलाऊंगी और आप सबसे भी आशा करती हूँ कि आप सब भी सदन की मर्यादा का पालन करेंगे और अनुशासन बनाए रखेंगे। दिल्ली की जनता ने एक दिल्ली को स्वच्छ और सुंदर बनाने का सपना देखा है और हम सबको मिलकर इस सपने को पूरा करना है। हम सबको मिलकर दिल्ली की जनता की उम्मीदों को पूरा करना है। इसलिए आप सबके आशीर्वाद और सहयोग की बहुत बहुत जरूरत है। धन्यवाद।
और कल से ही हमारी जो कार्यवाही है नगर निगम की, उसकी शुरुआत होगी और कल से ही हमारे जितने पार्षद जो पहले से ही अपने वार्ड में काम कर रहे थे, कल ऑफिशियल तरीके से पूरी दिल्ली में काम शुरू हो जाएगा और साथ ही कूड़े के पहाड़ों की इंस्पेक्शन भी अगले 3 दिनों में हम लोग करेंगे। धन्यवाद।
सबके सामने है कि किस तरह से केंद्र सरकार ने, दिल्ली के एलजी साहब ने और भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने कोई कोर कसर नहीं छोड़ी कि दिल्ली के अंदर ये चुनाव ना हो पाए, मेयर ना बन पाए और उनका जो ज़बरदस्ती कब्जा है एमसीडी पे केंद्र का, वो कब्जा चलता रहे। उन्होंने बजट भी पास करने की कोशिश की, ये भी सोचा कि G20 पूरा का पूरा जो है
एमसीडी केंद्र के पास रहे हो तो उसके अंदर हो जाए, मगर सुप्रीम कोर्ट की वजह से जो फटकार केंद्र को लगाई गई, जो मेयर साहब के लिए, जो एलजी साहब को कहा गया, उसकी वजह से आज चुनाव हुआ है। और देखिए नतीजा बिल्कुल साफ है, इसमें कोई गुंजाइश नहीं थी, इसमें कोई शक नहीं था कि आम आदमी पार्टी की मेयर बनेगी, मगर भारतीय जनता पार्टी एक एरोगेंस में अपनी बात बार बार कहती थी कि नहीं मेयर जो है बीजेपी की बनेगी। ये बहुत ही अजीब बात थी। मुझे लगता है कि उन्होंने खरीद फरोख्त करने की खूब कोशिश की होगी, ऑपरेशन लोटस चलाने की कोशिश की होगी, तभी आज सुबह उनके प्रदेश अध्यक्ष कह रहे थे नहीं मेयर तो बीजेपी का बनेगा। तो इससे ये पता चलता है कि दोबारा ऑपरेशन लोटस दिल्ली में फेल हुआ।
आम आदमी पार्टी ने इस लड़ाई को सड़क से लेकर न्यायपालिका तक जाकर लड़ा, रोड से लेकर सड़क से लेकर संसद तक, सुप्रीम कोर्ट तक लड़ा और अल्टीमेटली विजय सत्य की हुई, विजय पढ़े लिखे ईमानदार आम आदमी पार्टी की हुई। तो इसीलिए आज मैं दिल्ली वालों को बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूं। और अंत में ये बात फिर से एक बार उजागर हो गई कि गुंडागर्दी करने वाली अराजक लोगों की भारतीय जनता पार्टी हार गई और पढ़े लिखे ईमानदार भले लोगों की आम आदमी पार्टी जीत गई।
Aishwarya is getting us more details in that story. Aishwarya, the kind of drama that we saw over the last 70 odd days or so was really unprecedented, isn't it? But this victory today undoubtedly is going to give a big boost to the Aam Aadmi Party. Several leaders, including their top ones, are facing cases from the ED, from the CBI. This certainly comes as great news today.
Well, definitely for the Aam Aadmi Party, Sneha, this is very good news, and this is something that even they have been claiming over the past 3 attempts. 150 votes, that's what Shelley O'Brien, who's the new mayor of Delhi, got. The Bharatiya Janata Party candidate got 116, so definitely, you know, a huge margin there. The Aam Aadmi Party from day one was saying that with the kind of candidates that they have, with the kind of numbers that they have got, it will be their mayor. The Bharatiya Janata Party, however, on the other side was claiming that the mayor could be theirs, but obviously those things did not turn out to be right. Let me tell you, you know, on the other side, there are large people who have gathered. The celebrations, some sort of celebrations are beginning here. The elections for the deputy mayor at the moment are still underway, and it looks like it will be the Aam Aadmi Party. Ali Mohammad Iqbal is the candidate for the post of deputy mayor of Delhi. It seems like the Aam Aadmi Party candidate is all set to win that post also at the moment. This definitely is good news for the Aam Aadmi Party and the leaders. Neha.
All right, Aishwarya, I'm going to thank you for that quick update, Aishwarya Paliwal, with that detailed report. Now let's talk about Shelley O'Brien. Who is your mayor? If you're living in Delhi, you have a new mayor. Now, Councillor of East Patel Nagar, West Delhi, worked as assistant professor in Delhi University, has a master's degree in commerce at HP University, also has a doctoral degree in philosophy from IGNOU, lifetime member of the Indian Commerce Association, won the Professor Manubhai Shah Award at the ICA conference. Another setback for Delhi Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia. The Ministry of Home Affairs has given a sanction to prosecute Delhi Deputy CM Manish Sisodia in an alleged snooping case after the CBI request was approved by Delhi Lieutenant Governor B.K. Saxena. The CBI has sought sanctions to register an FIR against Sisodia, who heads the Vigilance Department of the Delhi government. The feedback unit was created under this department in 2015 after the AAP came to power in Delhi. It is alleged that Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal moved the proposal in a cabinet meeting in 2015, but no agenda note was circulated. No sanction from the governor was taken for appointments to the feedback unit, and the unit was allegedly used to spy on individuals, opposition parties.
See, in the last 8 years, almost 200 cases have been filed against Aam Aadmi Party ministers, leaders, MLAs. So today morning we have reached 201. What does this indicate? It indicates that Bharatiya Janata Party, the central government, is scared of the growing popularity of Aam Aadmi Party. They are scared of the fact that Aam Aadmi Party is expanding nationally and is really emerging as the challenger to the BJP. And I'm sure that over the next few years, as the Aam Aadmi Party grows, these cases will continue to grow as well.
Okay, you are saying that they are afraid of your popularity, but the BJP is saying look, you formed a unit to snoop on the political opponents. There are financial irregularities and yet another case against one of the governance faces of Aam Aadmi Party.
So I have a question. In the last 8 years, with all their agencies, has the Bharatiya Janata Party been able to present even evidence of 1 rupee of corruption by Aam Aadmi Party? Of course they haven't. They have not been able to present evidence of corruption in 200 cases. So it is very clear, even in the 201st, nothing is going to be.
45 लाख रुपए के अंदर एक साल में जो फीडबैक यूनिट पे खर्चा हुआ, उसमें पता नहीं किन किन लोगों की जासूसी, बताओ ना भाई, किन की जासूसी हुई, किन लोगों की जासूसी हुई, क्या जासूसी के अंदर पता चला। एक मूर्खतापूर्ण बात, हास्यास्पद बात जो है ये लोग आगे बढ़ा रहे हैं। पेगासस किसने खरीदा था? केंद्र सरकार ने खरीदा था, करोड़ों रुपए देके इजराइल से खरीदा था, जिसके सबूत जो है लोगों के फ़ोन में निकले। वहाँ बताए केंद्र सरकार की वो जजों की, पत्रकारों की, राजनेताओं की जासूसी क्यों करा रही थी, केंद्र सरकार को बताना पड़ेगा।
जो 700 लोगों की जासूसी कर रहे हैं, गोपनीय डेटा इकट्ठा करके पता नहीं किसको किसको शेयर कर रहे हैं, तो ऐसा अपराध करने वालों को सजा तो होनी चाहिए। लेकिन हम ये नहीं कह रहे हैं कि सीधे मनीष सिसोदिया को सजा कर दो, हम कह रहे हैं कि जांच कड़ी हो और अगर दोषी हैं तो चाहे वो कोई भी हो, अरविंद केजरीवाल जी क्यों ना हो या कोई मनोज तिवारी क्यों ना हो, जो दोषी है उसको सजा होनी चाहिए।
Unfortunately, the Aam Aadmi Party will start playing the victimhood card. The old victimhood card that they've played whenever there is any kind of action on corruption, whether it's Sharab Ghotala, Hawala Ghotala, Kaksha Ghotala, Bus Ghotala, Classroom Ghotala, they have always played the victimhood card. This victimhood card won't do. They must come and answer the questions because the victimhood card has proven to be a fake card. None of the cases have been quashed by the courts of law, and today they must answer the questions that are being posed to them, not try to run away from them.
This case will not only go to Manish Sisodia but also to Arvind Kejriwal, because the letter from Mrs. Sinha, the officer at that time, clearly states that it was the instruction of the Arvind Kejriwal that time. It was clear instructions, and the reporting was being done directly by the Arvind Kejriwal only.
Blistering face-off continues over Modi government's China policy. Hours after Foreign Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar taunted Rahul Gandhi asking if he sent troops to the LAC, the Congress is hit back. Congress has branded the External Affairs Minister's statement as arrogant, churlish and petulant, saying that the comment undermines India's foreign policy as well as the valor of Indian armed forces. This comes after S. Jaishankar hit out at Gandhi. Jaishankar had said that he is ready to listen to Gandhi if the Congress MP has superior knowledge, declaring that there was biggest deployment along the LAC under the Modi government.
मेरा आपसे कोई भी निजी झगड़ा नहीं है, मैं आपके ऊपर कोई निजी आक्षेप नहीं लगा रही हूं, लेकिन हां, मैं ये जरूर कहती हूं कि आप इस देश के सबसे फेल्ड फॉरेन मिनिस्टर हैं। 2.5 साल हो गए बाइडेन एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन को, अपना आधा एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन पूरा हो चुका है। इंडिया में यूएस का एम्बेसडर नहीं है, श्रीलंका में चीनी इंटरफेरेंस है, भूटान हमसे दूर हो गया है, बांग्लादेश ने चीन को कॉक्स बाजार में सबमरीन बेस बनाने को कह दिया है। बांग्लादेश आज हमसे इकोनॉमिक पैरामीटर्स में बेटर कर रहा है, चाहे वो पर कैपिटा इनकम हो या जीडीपी ग्रोथ रेट हो। और ये जरूर बताइएगा फॉरेन मिनिस्टर, करीब 2.25 लाख भारतीयों ने 1 साल में, और ये 12 साल में सबसे ऊंचा आंकड़ा है, लगातार लोग भारतीय नागरिकता छोड़ रहे हैं।
Please do not, buy this whole, I would say, again, I use this word, this narrative that somewhere government is on the defensive, somewhere we are being accommodative. I mean, I ask people, if we were being accommodative, who sent the Indian army to the LAC? Rahul Gandhi didn't send them. Narendra Modi sent them. Okay? And we are keeping troops there at a huge cost with great effort. We have increased our infrastructure spending on the border 5 times in this government. So now tell me, who's the defensive, accommodative person? In fact, the question you should ask is, who's actually telling the truth, who's depicting things accurately, who's playing footsie with history? I think those are the questions which should be asked.
This comes in the backdrop of Rahul Gandhi's jibe over Chinese intrusion in Tawang, where he said that the External Affairs Minister keeps giving statements he should deepen his understanding.
हिंदुस्तान की सरकार इवेंट बेस्ड काम करती है। हिंदुस्तान की सरकार स्ट्रेटेजिकली काम नहीं करती, इवेंट बेस्ड काम करती है। वो सोचते हैं कि भैया यहाँ पे एक इवेंट करो, यहाँ पे एक और इवेंट करो, मगर जब आप इंटरनेशनल रिलेशंस की बात होती है, जियो स्ट्रेटेजी की बात होती है, वहाँ पे इवेंट काम नहीं करता है, वहाँ पे शक्ति काम करती है। तो मैंने 3-4 बार बोला है कि सावधान रहना चाहिए, जो हो रहा है उसको समझना चाहिए। उनकी बयानबाजी आती रहती है, मैं देखता हूँ एक्सटर्नल अफेयर्स मिनिस्टर बोलते रहते हैं, कहना नहीं चाहिए, मगर शायद उनको थोड़ी अपनी समझ गहरी करनी चाहिए।
Supriya Bharadwaj has more details on that big story. Supriya, this again continues to be a huge bone of contention between the BJP-ruled central government and Mr. Rahul Gandhi and the Congress party. This time again, the war of words between the External Affairs Minister and Mr. Gandhi there.
Well, Sneha, first and foremost, the Congress party has launched a scathing attack on the External Affairs Minister, Mr. Jaishankar, as well as the NDA government and Prime Minister Modi on the issue of China. Supriya Shinete, the spokesperson, did a press conference, and there also they asked these questions to the government, and they said that will Mr. Jaishankar care to answer as to what is the status quo ante at the border. They also even asked that why there is trade deficit, which is a big time happening between India and China. Also, I would like to quote you that Supriya Shinete said that we did the work on the border, we started infrastructure, and you, that is the government of the present day government, is taking the credit for everything which was done by the UPA government, by the Manmohan Singh government, and thumping their chest. This is what the Congress party is saying. They are actually going all out, attacking the current regime. And also, we are seeing that they are saying that the work that UPA during the Manmohan Singh regime happened at the border with the China at the LOC and LAC. That was done by the Congress government, and the BJP is just doing the chest thumping. So there's a massive war of words which has broken vis-a-vis that of the China issue is concerned. And External Affairs Minister yesterday spoke to a news agency, and following that today, the Congress party has come out all guns blazing and have attacked not just Mr. Jaishankar, but even the government as well as Prime Minister Modi.
Thanking you for the moment, Supriya, getting us up to speed with all of those developments. And now we are staying with this as far as the statement of the External Affairs Minister is concerned. India is not defensive, nor is India being accommodative to China at the LAC, is what Dr. S. Jaishankar has insisted. External Affairs Minister says facts must be clear. India has the largest peacetime military deployment at the line of actual control. It is the Narendra Modi government that had sent the forces to guard the LAC, and not Rahul Gandhi, is what he says. He's also said that Aksai chain was lost to China between 1958 and 1962. Infrastructure spending has increased 5 times. Infrastructure that should have been built 25 years ago. He's taken the fight right back to the Congress camp. Take a look.
The Prime Minister of India is almost, frankly, the only person in the country who's under the impression that the Chinese have not taken any land from India.
17 बार मिलिट्री लेवल पे टॉक हुई है। 18 बार हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी के साथ मुलाकात हुई थी चीन की प्रधानमंत्री जी को, लेकिन नतीजा क्या निकला ये हमें जानकारी जरूर दीजिएगा।
चाइनीज आक्रमण कर रहा है, उसके बारे में सदन को इंफॉर्मेशन दो, ताकि सदन के ओर से सारे देश के लोगों को मालूम हो।
The Congress party has been relentlessly attacking the Narendra Modi government on the standoff with China at the line of actual control in eastern Ladakh since May 2020. From Rahul Gandhi to Jairam Ramesh, the attacks have been unsparing, accusing Prime Minister Narendra Modi of not even being able to name China as the aggressor at the LAC, let alone regain territory that Congress claims has been lost.
The approach the government is following by completely denying that the Chinese have taken our land is an extremely dangerous approach and is going to give them confidence to do even more aggressive things. I think the way to deal with the Chinese is to deal with them firmly and to be very clear that they are sitting on our land and it is not something we're going to tolerate. To be even more aggressive
In fact, senior Congress leader Jairam Ramesh accused the Modi government of DDLJ politics on China. He claimed the Modi government was following the deny, distract, lie and justify policy on China.
जो चाइनीज आक्रमण कर रहा है उसके बारे में सदन को इंफॉर्मेशन दो ताकि सदन के ओर से सारे देश के लोगों को मालूम हो। यही चर्चा अगर नहीं हुई, एक तरफा उत्तर हुआ तो उसका क्या मतलब है?
On Tuesday, Dr. Jaishankar launched a massive counter-attack on the Congress.
If we were being accommodative, who sent the Indian army to the LAC? Rahul Gandhi didn't send them. Narendra Modi sent them. Okay? We have today the largest peacetime deployment in our history on the China border.
The External Affairs Minister accused the Congress of spreading misinformation on the India-China standoff at the LAC.
I think they are deliberately misrepresenting the situation. Everybody says, we should be having our troops up there. We should be building border infrastructure. Hello, why didn't you build that border infrastructure? Till 2014, roughly it was 3,000, 4,000 crores was the budget. Today it is 14,000 crores. Whereas we know the underlying thinking earlier was, let's leave it like that, then the Chinese can't come inside. Which meant you had no intention of contesting them when they came.
Even in Parliament, the ruling BJP and the opposition Congress have faced off on the standoff with China.
अमित शाह जी, पेपर में ये भी कहा गया, अमित शाह जी जरा ध्यान में सुनिए, वर्तमान में काराकोरम दर्रे से लेकर चुमा तक 65 पीपी है, मतलब पेट्रोलिंग पॉइंट है, जिन्हें इंडियन सिक्योरिटी फोर्स द्वारा नियमित रूप से गश्त किया जाना है। 65 पीपी में से 26 पीपी यानी पीपी नंबर 5 to 17, 24 to 32, 37, 51, 52, 62 में हमारी उपस्थिति प्रतिबंधक या आईएसएफ की द्वारा गश्त नहीं करने के कारण खो गए हैं। ये सही या गलत है, आप बताएं। 7 बार मिलिट्री लेवल पे टॉक हुई है, 18 बार हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी के साथ मुलाकात हुई थी चीन की प्रधानमंत्री जी को, लेकिन नतीजा क्या निकला ये हमें जानकारी जरूर दीजिएगा, क्योंकि लद्दाख हमारे ही ये देश की एक अखंड इलाका है।
माननीय अध्यक्ष जी, अधीर जी को जो बोलना है वो बोल सकते हैं। अखबार पढ़कर इतनी बड़ी बात जो देश की सीमाओं के साथ जुड़ी है, इरिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी के साथ इस सदन में नहीं रखनी चाहिए।
वो कहते थे कि इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बनाएंगे, सड़कें बनाएंगे, तो हमारे जो एनिमी है वो उसका इस्तेमाल करेंगे। तो ऐसा सोच रखने वाले आज हमको सीख देने का बातें कर रहे हैं, उपदेश दे रहे हैं, ये बहुत गलत बात है।
India and China have been engaged in a bitter standoff in eastern Ladakh since April-May 2020, with India stopping China from unilaterally trying to change the status of the LAC. After 17 rounds of talks at the level of the corps commanders, the troops have disengaged from multiple friction points, but tensions remain frozen in the high-altitude eastern Ladakh sector. Bureau Report, India Today.
We have news just coming in. Pakistan Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has issued instructions to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to slash down a number of foreign missions abroad, reduce their officers' staff and other measures to cut down expenditures by at least 15%. Beleaguered Pakistan there, in fact, wanting to cut down on its expenditure. This comes at the time when the country is facing the worst kind of economic crisis, with inflation at an all-time high. The government there wanting to cut down the expenditure by at least 15%. The Prime Minister himself issuing instructions to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to slash down a number of foreign missions abroad, reduce their office staff and other measures to cut down expenditures by at least 15%. Do away with needless expenditure. That's the message really from the Prime Minister of Pakistan, wanting to cut down on the expenditure by at least 15%. This comes at a time when the country is battling An economic crisis like never before. Inflation at an all-time high. Essential commodities, in fact, the prices of which are skyrocketing. News back home. As a mark of protest against the Stalin government, the Tamil Nadu BJP unit held a one-day hunger strike and silent protest to condemn the killing of the Indian Army Jawan by the DMK councillor and his aides. BJP State President K. Annamalai led the protest, which culminated at the War Memorial near the Marina Beach in Chennai. But in the latest escalation of the showdown between the BJP and the DMK, a case filed against BJP cadre who protested on Tuesday over the murder of Army Jawan Prabhu. A case of unlawful assembly and causing disturbance to the public has been registered against the BJP members who took part in the one-day hunger strike.
The MK Stalin government over the murder of an army Jawan in Krishnagiri, allegedly by a DMK councillor and his associates. The Tamil Nadu unit of the BJP held a one-day hunger strike and silent rally in Chennai's Sivananda Salai. Many ex-defence personnel participated along with BJP cadre in the protest. Leading the protest, Tamil Nadu BJP chief K. Annamalai claimed there was a failure of law and order in the state.
The basic failure in maintaining law and order in the state, that is for everybody to see. Secondly, the ex-servicemen, senior rank people are coming with us, brigadiers, colonels, lieutenant colonels, captain, major. And they want to express their grievance as army men. They feel slighted by the DMK government, the way the DMK government has treated their family.
The BJP leader said that the state government has let down the people of the state.
This is a moral issue. It is not about a legal issue. This issue transcends legality. It is about how a state treats its own army soldier. It's about how a state treats a Tamilian who is serving in the Indian army who has come back on holiday. This is no more a law and order issue, no more a crime issue. It is a moral issue. The CM has failed morally in acting, one, as per law, and second, as the chief minister of the state, because for him everybody should be equal. But in this case, the CM hasn't done it.
The BJP demanded an apology from the DMK.
All they want is a simple apology from the PM because one of his party men, one of his public representative brutally killed up one of their own soldier. And second, they want a government job for the deceased family. And of course, 5 crore compensation. BJP has walked the talk today. We have offered 10 lakh rupees for the family as a first deposit from the BJP side.
BJP, along with members of the ex-servicemen cell, submitted a memorandum to Governor R.N. Ravi. The BJP protest, however, was marred by threats of violence by some participants. The Krishnagiri murder accused DMK councillor Chinnaswamy and 9 others, including his son Rajapandi, were arrested by the state police. The party, however, had played down the incident as a local crime. With Shilpa Nair from Chennai, Bureau Report, India Today.
Now, in a shocking incident, a school in Tamil Nadu's Dindigul banned children from wearing holy ash or kumkum on their forehead. The school has also banned holy threads on the students' hands, and parents questioned the school principal over the bizarre rule. She claimed that the school was just following the Tamil Nadu government order, which had banned wearing pottu and religious threads. However, sources from the State Education Department has denied any of these stringent rules. Following the uproar, the authorities at the school have started an inquiry into the matter. Few students spoke up saying they were beaten up by the staff until they removed the holy ash or kumkum from their forehead. Erode bipole battle has heated up in Tamil Nadu with AIADMK Interim General Secretary Edapadi K. Palaniswamy launching a Be a Man attack at Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Stalin, accusing the DMK of holding voters inside camps and not allowing them out. He also asked Stalin to release the voters if he was the real man. Meanwhile, Tamil Nadu Sports Minister Udayanidhi Stalin hit back at EPS, mocking him with a picture where the AIADMK leader could be seen falling at the feet of Sasikala at Kuvatur after he was chosen as the Chief Minister in 2017. Meanwhile, Tamil Nadu netas and their supporters were seen making tea, parotas and even washing vessels as a form of poll campaign. AIADMK road by-poll candidate Tenna Rusu was seen making dosha. The February 27th election is an opportunity for the ruling DMK to showcase its governance model and for the major AIADMK faction to assert its strength.
நீ சரியான ஆம்பளையா இருந்தா மீசட்ட ஆம்பளையா இருந்தா வேட்டிக்கிட்ட ஆம்பளையா இருந்தா சூடு சொரணை வெக்க மானம் இருந்தா நேர வெளியிட்டு வாக்காளர் சந்தி திராணி இல்ல தெம்பு இல்ல எதுக்கு சக்தி இல்ல அண்ணா திமுக எதுக்கு சக்தி கிடையாது
அப்புறம் எப்படி இவர் முதலமைச்சர் ஆனாரு கூவத்தூர்னு ஒரு இடம் நீங்க கேள்விப்பட்டிருக்கீங்களா ரொம்ப ஃபேமஸ் கூவத்தூர்ல ஒரு ரெசார்ட்ல கூட்டு போய் எல்லா எம்எல்ஏக்களையும் அடைச்சு வச்சு யாரும் தெரியுதா யாரும் தெரியுதா இவர்தான் வேட்டி கட்டிய மீச பழச்ச ஆம்பளை.
It's time for a quick break. Here on the other side, in a big statement, Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge claims that an alliance is going to be forming the government rather in 2024, and that it's going to be the Congress who will lead this alliance, is what he says.
You are watching India Today.
I think there's an opportunity for India particularly to work with the United States and others.
India is has the largest vaccine manufacturer in the world.
I thought if it's blowing in the wind, it's best I'm on the motorcycle. And I did 15,000 kilometers in 36 days.
Rich countries have a particular obligation to exercise their investment in innovation.
I believe that global business has the money and the power.
Improvements in the way we understand the importance of education and healthcare.
You have a greater chance of killing yourself than of being killed by any soldier or terrorist or criminal.
Top officers of Karnataka at war. A verbal spat that played out not just on social media but on television screens across the country. Now, both IPS D. Rupa Modgil and IAS Rohini Sinduri have been transferred. The Karnataka Chief Secretary has summoned both the officers and sought a clarification from them. This, a day after State Home Minister warned of action against the two officers. This viral image of IAS Rohini with JDS Neta Sara Ramesh is what triggered the feud. The two had accused each other of corruption in 2021. And D. Rupa alleged that the meeting suggested that the bureaucrat and the politician had struck a deal. Then on Sunday, IPS officer D. Rupa Modgil shared private photos of IAS officer Rohini Sinduri on social media. She claimed that Rohini had violated service conduct rules by sending her photos to at least 3 male IAS officers.
Whose fault is it that the next step, that is after preliminary inquiry, the logical step is that the disciplinary inquiry should be held. So why is the disciplinary inquiry not held against her? Every time she escapes these kind of actions, why is that? Who are the officers who are helping her?
Enraged by the allegations of corruption and her private photos being made public, bureaucrat Rohini hit back, insinuating that Rupa suffered from a mental illness.
All I can say is get well soon.
Side, please. Side, sir.
The public squabble between the two women officers caused a flurry in bureaucratic circles. And while both D. Rupa and Rohini Sinduri have now a gag order against them, the virulent exchange has dented the image of both the government officers. Bureau Report, India Today.
Asia is all set to rule this decade, with the International Monetary Fund placing its bets on India and China to steer global growth through rough weather this year. The global financial institution says that the two neighbors are expected to contribute more than 50% of global growth in 2023. According to the IMF, apart from India and China, other Asian economies will contribute 25% to global growth this year, with the other world economies contributing 25% too. While the rest of the world faces economic uncertainties, improvements in supply chains and the service sector will push Asia-Pacific region's growth to 4.7% this year from 3.8% in 2022. IMF has also warned Asian economies that despite the threat of inflation diminishing, central banks needed to stay alert as the core inflation was still high and that the reopening of China's economy may push inflation up. Meanwhile, the Russian invasion of Ukraine and the ongoing increase in interest rates by central banks worldwide have had a significant negative impact on both the developed and developing economies of the world. The impact is more moderate on China and India. China has recently ended its COVID-0 policy, and its reopening in the second half of the year has boosted the global supply chain in trade. For 2024, the IMF has forecast a GDP growth of 6.8% for India, which is the joint second highest along with Vietnam among all Asian emerging economies. Mongolia tops the list in this category with an estimated growth of 7% in 2024. It's not just the IMF which is positive on the two Asian giants. Last year, a study from the National Bureau of Economic Research said both India and China will likely become the world's leading economies in the coming decades. Bureau Report, Business Today Television.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
You are watching India Today.
Welcome back. Now, the battle for 2024 is already gaining steam. In a big statement, Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge claimed that an alliance is going to form the government in 2024 and that it's going to be the Congress who will lead this alliance. Kharge also took aim at the BJP and Prime Minister Modi, claiming that the BJP is going to not for the government once again and won't gain any majority for 2024. Also claimed the Congress alliance will lead on democratic values, unlike the Prime Minister. Opposition unity remains a pipe dream with another key player, the Trinamool Congress making it clear that they will not join a Congress-led alliance. But all eyes on the big fight next year. The question remains, who is going to be versus Narendra Modi in 2024? We have some news just coming in. Let's go straight to the Supreme Court of India, where the hearing has begun in the Uddhav Thackeray plea against the Election Commission. Remember, the Election Commission has given the bow and arrow symbol to the Eknath Shinde faction of the Shiv Sena, something that Uddhav Thackeray has challenged in the Supreme Court. In fact, there's been a lot of political noise after this symbol was given to the Eknath Shinde faction of the Shiv Sena, with Uddhav Thackeray challenging this, asking questions of the Election Commission. Also saying that there is huge amount of political pressure on the Election Commission. Taking this battle to the Supreme Court of India, the matter is being heard as we speak. The matter, in fact, has just begun to be heard in the Supreme Court. Shrishti Oja has more details on that story. Shrishti, pretty much the Supreme Court and respite from it is what Uddhav Thackeray is looking at. He really does not have any other option given the thumbs down from the Election Commission, isn't it?
Well, yes, Sneha, Election Commission's order recognizing the Eknath Shinde faction as the official Shiv Sena and allotting the Shiv Sena symbol and name to them has come as a major blow to the Uddhav Thackeray faction, which is why they've now approached the top court of the country. They've tried to seek an urgent hearing twice before this, and the case is finally being heard by Supreme Court right now. My colleague Anu Sharda is sending us live updates from what's happening inside the court. A bench headed by the Chief Justice of India, D.Y. Chandrachud, is hearing the present case. Now, remember, when the Thackeray faction had sought listing of this case, they had asked the court to list this matter before the constitutional bench, because as we know, a constitution bench of 5 judges of the Supreme Court is already hearing cases pertaining to the Maharashtra political crisis. The hearing has been going on, and what senior advocate Kapil Sibal had sought from the court was that the present case, the ECI issue, should also be heard by the constitution bench. The Chief Justice of India had, however, refused to do that. He has now constituted a special 3-judge bench which is hearing the case presently. We have live updates coming from the hearing. The Shinde faction has opposed the maintainability of this, has questioned the maintainability of the present case before the top court. They've said they'd also raised this issue earlier before the court, but what senior advocate N.K. Kaul, appearing for the Shinde faction, has told the court today, is that the case should go before the High Court and the Supreme Court should not hear the case. In fact, they've also pointed out that the Thackeray faction has already approached the High Court multiple times on this issue and it was not entertained. So, Supreme Court may not be the correct forum for Thackeray faction to come to. They've also said that this entire issue has been argued for 1 full day. And today, again, they have come to the top court. So basically, they're questioning the maintainability of this petition, if Supreme Court should even hear or entertain this issue in the first place. What the court decides to do is something that we'll know in a bit, if it finds any merit in Shinde faction's argument, if it decides to interfere in the case or not, and to what extent is something that we'll know soon. What we hear now is that senior advocate Kapil Sibal, appearing for the Thackeray faction, has now begun his arguments. As we know, the Thackeray faction is clear clearly questioned the ECI's order. They have even attacked the ECI, saying that the Election Commission did not fulfill its duty as a neutral arbiter. They have questioned the political party's constitution. They've called it undemocratic, which was not correct on ECI's part. They've also said that the ECI has relied on majority of those MLAs who themselves are under the cloud of disqualification. So there are issues which are already pending before the Supreme Court. The issue of disqualification is still pending. The issue of disqualification of those MLAs is still pending and has not been decided yet. So on what basis did the ECI pass this order? And the ECI should have waited for the Supreme Court's decision before it passed the order on the Shiv Sena party's name and symbol.
Yes, and this really
what
is
we also hear now is that Mrs. Sibbal...
Go ahead.
Senior Advocate Kapil Sibal is also now making arguments regarding the constitutional issues. He's also saying that the basis of the ECI order in this present case is the test of majority, and like I've already told you, test of majority in the legislative wing. The Thackeray faction is expressing grave concern as far as the ECI's order in this regard is concerned, because as we know, they are claiming that the MLAs on basis of whom the majority is now, ECI has tested the majority, those MLAs are themselves under the cloud of disqualification, and it has been the case of Thackeray faction since the beginning that those MLAs should have been disqualified in the first place, and they cannot be considered when the ECI decided to decide on the majority that both the factions have. We'll keep bringing you live updates from what's happening inside the Supreme Court right now. As we know, the court, a bench led by CJI, is hearing the case presently, and we'll soon know to what extent would the court decide to interfere in the matter.
Okay, now that's a big question mark really, that there is a possibility as far as the Supreme Court's intervention is concerned. Give us a sense of the argument that is being presented from the Uddhav Thackeray camp by Kapil Sibal there. What has he said just yet? What are you picking up, Shrishti?
Well, what Senior Advocate Kapil Sibal has asked the court is, they've asked the court to go through the Election Commission's order at this point. They've said, he's saying that the ECI has in its order said that the Constitution that they've made some remarks on and observations about is not placed on record. This is something that the Thackeray faction has also made some claims in their petition, that it was wrong for the Election Commission of India to say that the amended Constitution of 2020, the party's constitution, which they have now called undemocratic, was not placed before the commission. However, the Thackeray faction has said that back in 2018, the same constitution was recognized by the Election Commission of India. So it is incorrect on the Election Commission's part to now say that the amended constitution was never placed before them. Not just that, the Thackeray faction has also argued that Eknath Shinde and his camp itself has also recognized that very constitution in the past. So ECI's order there's an error apparent on the face of record as far as the ECI's order is concerned, especially with remarks to the constitution, because the ECI has said that there's a democratic deficit in the party. The constitution is undemocratic, which is why it cannot be relied upon in this present case.
Shrishti getting us all of those details.
Now from what we hear is...
Go ahead, Shrishti.
Mr. Sibal is now reading the ECI order, and as we know, Senior Advocate N.K. Kaul, appearing for Shinde faction, has opposed this particular case, and he's also said that 2 days a constitution bench hearing, which has been hearing arguments from Thackeray faction with respect to the constitutional issues, the overall issues in the Maharashtra political crisis. What is being now argued by the Shinde faction is that these arguments have already been made before the constitution bench, and he's also asked the court, he wants to explain how these issues have in a way already been argued before the constitution bench and are only being repeated at this point of time. Mr. Sibal, appearing for Thackeray faction, has also told the court that the Thackeray faction, Uddhav Thackeray, has a majority everywhere else. What he's referring to is the organizational wing of the party, because as I told you earlier, it's a claim that's being made by Uddhav Thackeray and his faction before the Supreme Court that he has an overwhelming majority in the organizational wing of the party. He has said that the Pratinidhi Sabha, which is the apex body of members of Shiv Sena and which represents the wishes of Shiv Sena members, is where It's Uddhav Thackeray who has a majority. 160 out of 200 members of that apex body.
Shrishti will continue to track that story with you from the Supreme Court of India. That continues to be a top focus story right here. For the moment, it's time for a quick commercial break. We're getting you much more news on this, much more on the other side.
You are watching India Today.
Didn't get convinced by you. In fact, he said that I think you were. I don't know the exact words, but I think he said that you did not know much about foreign policy matters. You needed to learn a little more.
Well, let me put it to you more accurately. This wasn't at a parliamentary committee. But in parliamentary committees, we have interacted. But usually, what happens in parliamentary committee, I try to keep to myself. So I will not get into it with you either. This, I think, was something he said at some kind of public meeting. I think it was probably in the context of China, if I remember right.
Yeah, he's not convinced about China.
Yeah, but I mean,
he thinks that you are opaque about it.
I don't know whether it's opaque or whether, there was a sort of a level of knowledge, understanding. I mean, all I can say in my defense is I have been the longest serving ambassador in China. I have been dealing with a lot of these border issues for a very, very long time. I would say, let me put it to you this way. I'm not suggesting I'm necessarily the most knowledgeable person, but I would have a fairly good self-opinion of my understanding of what is out there.
Okay.
But, if he has superior knowledge, wisdom, I'm always, as I said, for me, life is a learning process.
Superior knowledge, wisdom on China?
If he has, I'm always willing to listen.
Okay. And learn from Mr. Rahul Gandhi on China?
If you think that that's a possibility, I have never closed my mind to anything, however improbable it is. We are not debating just a documentary or a speech that somebody gave in a European city or
New York.
a newspaper edit somewhere. We are debating actually politics which is being conducted ostensibly as media, so there is a phrase, war by other means. There is also, think of it, this is politics by another means. But you'll do a hatchet job. Then you want to do a hatchet job and say, well, this is just another quest for truth which we decided after 20 years to put out at this time. So I mean, come on, you think the timing is accidental? Let me tell you one thing. I don't know if election season has started in India and Delhi or not, but for sure it has started in London and New York.
The first schedule of Tiger Shroff and Akshay Kumar's Bade Miyan Chote Miyan has been wrapped up. The news was confirmed by the producer of the film, Jackie Bhagnani.
सर अपनी अगली फिल्म अनाउंस कर रहा हूँ.
कब आ रही तेरी?
क्रिसमस 2023.
मुझसे क्लैश करेगा?
सर
क्या नाम है तेरी फिल्म का?
सर छोटे मियां. आपका?
बड़े मियां.
Tiger Shroff too took to social media to share this picture and wrote, "It was an honor riding alongside you, Bade. Akshay Kumar, coming to you at the speed of light in a cinema near you." Directed by Alia Bhatt, Bade Miyan Chote Miyan is a modern take on the 1998 film of the same name, starring Amitabh Bachchan and Govinda.
दिखाई नहीं दे रहा? आरे की धार तेज कर रहा हूँ.
मेरे को उल्लू समझाए क्या? समझने की क्या जरूरत है? तू तो वैसे ही. मैं सब समझ रहा हूँ. तुम दोनों का अकेले में भागम भाग का प्लान है. मेरे को साथ में लेके जाना पड़ेगा.
Meanwhile, Akshay was in the capital recently to promote his upcoming film Selfie along with his co-star Imran Hashmi. The event was jam-packed with fans cheering for their favorite actor.
So nice to see such a loud, energetic crowd here.
are watching India Today.
Hello, very good afternoon. You're watching India Today TV. I'm Sneha Murdani. Let's tell you what the top stories in this edition are. Uddhav Thackeray plea against the Election Commission begins in Supreme Court. Hearing over allotment of the Sena bow and arrow symbol and name to Shinde faction. Can Uddhav win his Sena back? Aam Aadmi Party wins Delhi Mayor Dangal. Shelly Oberoi is the new civic body chief. Arvind Kejriwal says goons have lost, people of Delhi have won. Big setback for Delhi Deputy Chief Minister. The centre gives nod to prosecute Sisodia in Delhi's Snoopgate case. Sisodia calls it a fake case. Mallikarjun Kharge declares Congress-led alliance will come to power in 2024. But can opposition unite against Modi? Day after, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar taunted Rahul Gandhi over China, Congress hits back, calling Jaishankar India's most failed foreign minister. BJP workers who protested against the killing of an army man by a DMK Neta have been booked. Tamil Nadu BJP chief questions the law and order under Stalin. Actor Alia Bhatt fumes after she was clicked by paparazzi inside her house. Lashes out, calls it violation of privacy. The battle for 2024 is already gaining steam. In a big statement, Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge claims that an alliance is going to form the government in 2024 and that it's going to be the Congress that's going to be leading this alliance. Also taking jibes at the BJP and the Prime Minister, saying the BJP can't form the government again, they won't get the majority. Congress will lead on democratic values is what he says. Opposition unity remains a pipe dream, remember, with another key player, the Trinamool Congress, making it clear that they will not join the Congress-led alliance. But all eyes on the big fight next year. The big question remains, it's going to be Modi versus who in 2024?
In 2024, the alliance government will come in center. Congress will lead. We are talking with other parties because otherwise the democracy and constitution will go. Therefore, with every party, now and then, we are calling, we are talking, we are sharing our views how to win 2024. Therefore, the BJP will not get majority. Some people say they will not get majority. All other parties together, of course Congress will lead. We will get the majority. We will follow the constitution. We will follow the democracy.
2024 के जो मुद्दे हैं उससे भारतीय जनता पार्टी ऐसी घबराई हुई है क्योंकि जब वो मुद्दे खुलकर सामने आ रहे हैं तो वो इंटरनेशनल साजिश की बात करते हैं। इस देश की असलियत है, इस देश की राजनीतिक असलियत है कि बहुत सारे ऐसे घटक दल हैं और हमने मिलकर सरकार चलाई है और ऐसी सरकार चलाई है जिसने इस देश को सबसे ज्यादा ग्रोथ दी है, जिसने इस देश को सबसे ज्यादा प्रॉस्पेरिटी दी है, संपन्नता दी है और 27 करोड़ लोगों को गरीबी की सीमा रेखा से निकाला है। हमने अपने घटक दलों के साथ मिलकर ऐसी सरकार चलाई है और हम बिल्कुल इससे नकारते नहीं है कि हम सब एक साथ खड़े हैं और एक साथ बीजेपी का सामना करेंगे।
देखिए, जिसको जीत का उम्मीद भी होता है ना, वो देश के प्रधानमंत्री की मां को गाली नहीं देता। जिसको जीत की थोड़ी सी भी आशा होती ना, वो देश के प्रधानमंत्री पद पे बैठे हुए व्यक्ति के पिता को गाली नहीं देता। ये जो कांग्रेस आज व्यवहार कर रही है, मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे जी, आप अध्यक्ष तो हैं लेकिन आपके हाथ में कुछ है नहीं। अगर आप अध्यक्ष सही मायने में होते तो मैं जानता हूं मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे जी को, उनका व्यवहार जानता हूं, बातचीत जानता हूं। इस समय सबसे तकलीफ में वही होंगे क्योंकि ये जो गालियां दिलवा रहे हैं राहुल गांधी नरेंद्र मोदी जी को, उनकी माता जी को, पिताजी को, ये देश 2024 में उनका जो रहा सहा है वो भी खत्म कर देगा।
जो सपना है या
While party chief Mallikarjun Kharge talks of a Congress-led alliance, we have Rahul Gandhi slamming the TMC, saying, you know TMC's history, the violence in Bengal and the scams TMC fought in Goa polls, spent huge amount of cash only to help the BJP. Also, TMC has ensured the same happens in Meghalaya and BJP wins, is what Rahul Gandhi has said. Listen in first.
You know, the violence that takes place in Bengal, you know, the scams, the Sharda scams that have taken place. So you're aware of their tradition. They came to Goa, spent huge amounts of money in Goa, and the idea was to help the BJP. And this is exactly the idea in Meghalaya.
Supriya is getting us more details on that story. Supriya, as far as the TMC and the Congress is concerned, they've always had a love-hate sort of a relationship. But this does send in confusing signals, does it not? With the president of the Congress saying that we are in it together, all opposition parties. But the optics of this is different. Rahul Gandhi there has actually singled out TMC because they are fighting each other in the state of Meghalaya, for example?
Well, Sneha, it's a very well thought of strategy and there is no confusion in it because before this statement by Rahul Gandhi, in that very speech in Meghalaya, he also said that BJP is like a class bully and everybody has to come together and collectively we have to fight the BJP. He even went ahead and then slammed TMC because of a simple reason that the Congress party is saying that any party which is trying to form a third front, which is minus the Congress, and they're coming together in the opposition camp, they are indirectly helping BJP to come to power. Today morning also Pramod Tiwari said that we are going all out and inviting everybody from the opposition and saying that please come join us together, we'll fight the BJP in 2024 Lok Sabha election. However, he didn't name the parties, but when I asked him about what about TMC, AAP and Samajwadi Party who have always been, and including KCR's party BRS, they have kept maintained a distance from you. So he said that any of these parties or any other party apart from them also who are not coming with the Congress are indirectly helping BJP. And this is exactly what is happening.
Okay.
Mallikarjun Kharge, the Congress president, has gone all out and said that please come and join the fight. He's reaching out to the opposition parties. But in Meghalaya, it is apart from Congress and BJP, TMC is also fighting. That's why Rahul Gandhi has gone all out and attacked, saying that in Goa also, TMC had gone, spent crores of rupees and finally ended up helping BJP. This is the allegation which has been leveled by the Congress on TMC. And at the same time, saying similar move has been made in Meghalaya also. And in a way, the Congress party is sending a message loud and clear to the opposition parties that there can be no front without Congress being in the center. And in case if nobody joins their alliance or whomsoever in the opposition doesn't come along with them, actually indirectly in an indirect way is helping BJP to come to power. What Congress party is also maintaining, Sneha, is that the entire opposition vote should be consolidated, which comes approximately, as per the sources, 68%. If all the opposition parties' vote share is combined, it comes around 68%. And they're saying that if this vote share is divided, it is definitely going to help the BJP. So they have to keep this entire opposition vote share, shared by all the opposition parties, intact.
Right, Supriya, I'm going to thank you for the moment. Supriya Bhardwaj with that report. Now, on the 9th of February, the Prime Minister had said that even a combined opposition has not been able to eclipse him up until now. Listen into what he said.
देश देख रहा है एक अकेला कितनों को भारी पड़ रहा है एक अकेला कितनों को भारी पड़ रहा है अरे नारे बोलने के लिए भी उनको बदल करना पड़ता है जो भी ये बोलता है घंटे भर से आवाज की जवाब
Big story we are breaking at this hour. We're getting you all the details. No stay on the Election Commission order on the Sena symbol war. The court is hearing the matter in the petition filed by former Maharashtra Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray. There's been no stay on the election order on the Sena symbol war. Remember, the Election Commission had ordered that the bow and arrow symbol is going to go to the Eknath Shinde faction of the Shiv Sena. And for the moment, there's going to be no stay on the Election Commission order. As far as the plea of Uddhav Thackeray is concerned, the court there refusing to put a stay on the Election Commission order on the bow and arrow symbol order of the Election Commission. The symbol being awarded to the Eknath Shinde faction there, and disappointing news for Uddhav Thackeray. With the apex court refusing to put the Election Commission Sena order on hold. This certainly doesn't come as good news for the Uddhav Thackeray faction. In fact, the CGI has also gone on to give out his verbal order on this, and we'll get more details on the same in a few seconds. In fact, from now, the Supreme Court and the CGI said they have already succeeded before the Election Commission. We can't now stay the order. Undoubtedly a big setback to the Uddhav Thackeray faction. It's a win-win situation for Eknath Shinde. Okay, now more details emerging, with the Chief Justice of India also raising questions on whether this order of the Election Commission about the bow and arrow symbol have any issues concerning bank account and property. And this is the question that was asked of the Uddhav Thackeray camp in court. Nalini has more on that. Nalini, Uddhav Thackeray camp clearly saying that that this has got to do with the bow and arrow symbol and not the bank order, not transfers and not concerns about bank property, bank account and property that they're looking at. Nevertheless, it's a setback for Thackeray.
Well, yes, Neha, it is definitely coming in as a small setback to the Uddhav Thackeray faction, because they were essentially hoping that the Election Commission order will be stayed by the Supreme Court, because the larger questions pertaining to this case are still pending before the top court. But the Supreme Court's made it clear, where the Chief Justice of India said that nothing doing. The Eknath Shinde and his MLAs have already won before the Election Commission, and it is not possible for the Supreme Court to go ahead and stay the Election Commission order once they've already emerged victorious. But what the Supreme Court has done, however, is allowed the Uddhav Thackeray camp to go ahead with using the name Shiv Sena Uddhav Balsaheb Thackeray, which is the name that was given to them temporarily by the Election Commission. They've allowed them to go ahead and continue using that name along with the flaming torch symbol for now, but there is no stay on the EC order, which means that the Eknath Shinde camp and his MLAs will be allowed to use the official Shiv Sena name along with the bow and arrow symbol for any official purpose from here on. And at the same time, the Uddhav Thackeray camp will have to make do with the flaming torch symbol for now. The hearing is scheduled after 2 weeks now. The Supreme Court has categorically issued a notice to Eknath Shinde and his MLAs. They've called for a response from them to adjudge exactly whether or not this Election Commission order should in the long run be allowed to continue or not, or who the real person, who the real owner of the name.
I'll just come back to you in a few seconds from now. Shrishti is in fact at the Supreme Court right now. Shrishti, this is in fact a temporary setback, we'd say, but what exactly is going to the court really hear in 2 weeks from now? Give us a sense of that as well.
Well, yes, there's a minor setback to the Thackeray faction because Supreme Court has refused to stay the ECI's order now, which was their major, an interim relief that the Thackeray faction was seeking. One was a status quo order, other was no precipitative action, and majorly a stay on ECI's order. The Chief Justice of India has, however, said that the Shinde faction has already succeeded before the Election Commission of India, and Supreme Court today cannot stay the order without even hearing the parties. However, one other important development that happened is that the Supreme Court has in fact decided to entertain the present petition, because remember that the Shinde faction had argued and questioned the maintainability of this very petition being filed before the Supreme Court by the Thackeray faction. They said that it was Shinde faction's case that this petition should be heard by the High Court instead. The Thackeray faction should not have approached the Supreme Court just because some issues are already being heard by the top court. In that regard, however, what's in a minor relief to the Thackeray faction for now is that the Chief Justice of India has agreed to entertain this case. The Supreme Court will now be hearing the case, and the case will not be going to the High Court. The court has issued a notice, which basically means that they've sought a response from Eknath Shinde and his MLAs to the Thackeray challenge to the ECI's order. And the court has asked them to file counter affidavits. And in the meanwhile, even though there is no status quo order, the court has recorded assurances by the Shinde faction that they will not proceed to disqualify Uddhav Thackeray or members of his group until the Supreme Court decides the appeal against the EC order. So when the case will now be heard after 2 weeks by the top court will have to consider the submissions which will be made in the counter affidavit by the Shinde faction. But other than that, what majorly the court will hear is Thackeray's arguments regarding regarding the ECI's order and the observations that have been made by the Election Commission of India with regard to the constitution of the Shiv Sena party, where they call the constitution undemocratic, and they've relied only
Mahesh
on the
Jethmalani, in fact, is now joining us. Mr. Jethmalani, the court for the moment has said that there is not going to be a stay on the Election Commission order on giving the bow and arrow symbol to the Eknath Shinde faction. Your takes on this?
Well, I mean, the court was absolutely right. And yes, what you said is absolutely right as well, that the court refused to stay the order in any respect of the Election Commission.
What next then, as far as the Uddhav Thackeray camp is concerned? Clearly, it's not going to be end road, though.
Well, I mean, the final hearing will take place post the holy vacation before the Supreme Court now. So we'll have to wait the final verdict. But at the moment, the courts found that there's no ground for any interim stay of any of the findings of the Election Commission.
There is a concern, sir, from the side of Uddhav Thackeray that eventually property is going to be taken over, bank account is going to be taken over. Mr. Kapil Sibal has said in court that tomorrow Mr. Shinde is going to get up and say that they are the real Shiv Sena. That is something that they're apprehending.
Well, for the time being, we have been declared as the real Shiv Sena.
Yes.
And everything that we are legal and entitled to, which Mr. Shinde is legally entitled to, I suppose he will take in the interim.
Which means that as far as the finances of Shiv Sena is concerned, that is something that Mr. Shinde is going to claim a stake to.
I can't speak for, I can't speak for that aspect at this stage. It's a decision which Mr. Shinde will consider and take on his own.
However, Mr. Jethmalani, in the hindsight, I just want to ask you that there is a big challenge, as far as the cadre is concerned, the shakas are concerned. That continues to be a big concern when it comes to Mr. Shinde, because right now there's victory. He has the bow and arrow symbol. He has the name as well, Shiv Sena.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So we have to wait and see what happens in the near future and in the not so near future. What happens with the party organization or the entire party organization. At the moment, there's only a very small part of it, which the Uddhav Thackeray faction now the Uddhav.
Okay, Mr. Mahesh Jethmalani there, who represented the Shinde faction in the Election Commission, has spoken exclusively to India Today. We'll put that out once again for our viewers. Listen in to a couple of reactions now that have just come in.
कुठेही त्यांनी हस्तक्षेप केलेला नाही आणि आमची हीच बाजू होती की माननीय निवडणूक आयोगाने जे निकाल दिलेला आहे त्यात सर्वोच्च न्यायालयाने कडे आम्ही हीच बाजू मांडली की हा पक्षाची नोंदणी 6A आणि B च्या नुसार जे पक्षाला जी वोटिंग होते त्याच्यावर असते. पक्षाच्या वोटिंग जेवढे होते त्या वोटिंगच्या काउंट्सवरच पक्ष हा रिजनल पार्टी आहे की नॅशनल पार्टी आहे त्याच्यावर तो काउंट होतो आणि त्याच आर्ग्युमेंटवर ही सर्व चर्चा झालेली आहे आणि माननीय सर्वोच्च न्यायालयाने ह्या निवडणूक आयोगाच्या निकालाला स्थगिती दिली नाहीये. नाही, न्यायालयाने कुठलंही सांगितलेलं नाहीये. न्यायालयाने जो निर्णय आहे त्याला कुठलीही स्थगिती दिलेली नाहीये. कुठलीही स्थगिती दिलेली नाहीये. त्यामुळे निवडणूक आयोगाने जो निर्णय दिलेला आहे पक्ष चिन्ह आणि पक्ष माननीय मुख्यमंत्री एकनाथ शिंदे साहेबांच्या नेतृत्वाखाली राहील हा जो निर्णय दिलेला आहे त्या निर्णयात कुठलाही हस्तक्षेप सध्या केलेला नाहीये. त्याला कुठेही स्टे दिलेला नाहीये आणि डिस्क्वालिफिकेशनच्या संदर्भात पण तो आता पक्ष प्रमुख मुख्य नेते म्हणून आणि जी राष्ट्रीय कार्यकारिणी त्या संदर्भातला तो निर्णय घेऊ शकतो. तो पक्षांतर्गतचा विषय आहे.
तुमच्या वकिलांकडून सांगण्यात आलं की आम्ही जारी करणार नाही. त्यामुळे आता प्रश्न निर्माण होतोय की व्हीप शिंदे गटाकडून शिवसेनेकडून ठाकरे गटाच्या आमदारांना जारी होणार आहे का?
त्यांनी माननीय कपिल सिब्बल यांनी भीती व्यक्त केली की ह्या 2 आठवड्यात जर यांनी व्हीप लागू केला तर डिस्क्वालिफिकेशन होऊ शकतं. परंतु माननीय महेश जेठमलानी असतील आणि आमचे कौल असतील यांनी न्यायालयाला सांगितलं की सध्या तरी आम्ही कुठली प्रोसेस या करण्याच्या संदर्भात विचारात नाहीये कारण ती प्रोसेस अजून चालू झालेली नाहीये. परंतु हा पक्षांतर्गत प्रोसिजरचा विषय आणि पक्षांतर प्रोसिजर जर कोणी फॉलो केली नाही तर निवडणूक आयोगाचे जे नियम आहेत त्या नियमानुसारच त्याच्या संदर्भात कारवाई होऊ शकते. त्यामुळे हा आता पक्षांतर्गत विषय आहे आणि माननीय सर्वोच्च न्यायालयाने ह्याला मान्यता दिली आहे की पक्षांतर्गत विषयासंदर्भात जो निवडणूक आयोगाचा जो निकाल आहे त्या संदर्भात तुम्ही निर्णय घेऊ शकता. त्याच्यात आम्ही हस्तक्षेप करणार नाही. त्याच्यात कुठली स्थगिती देणार नाही. त्यामुळे आता हे स्पष्ट झालेलं आहे की वारंवार
continues to be with us on that big story developing from the Supreme Court. Nalini, once again for our viewers, what next as far as the legal option for both these sides are concerned?
Well, Sneha, the upside for the Uddhav Thackeray camp today is the fact that the Supreme Court, instead of dismissing the petition, has allowed to look into this entire aspect. Of course, it's going to take slightly longer than they expected because there is no interim stay on the Election Commission order. But at the same time, a notice has been issued to Eknath Shinde and his faction to reply to the petition that was filed by the Uddhav camp. Now, the main aspect, what the Uddhav faction is telling the Supreme Court is that these legislators who are under the cloud of disqualification themselves cannot be be used to adjudge as to exactly how much strength each faction has. They've gone ahead and said
Nalini,
that
just coming back to you in a few seconds from now. Shiv Sena MP Manisha Kayande is also with us. A temporary setback there for Mr. Uddhav Thackeray, though the plea has not been dismissed. In court, it's going to be heard again. But for the moment, there's going to be no changes as far as the Election Commission's order on the bow and arrow symbol being given to the Eknath Shinde faction is concerned. How do you respond to what has happened in court?
Well, we look at the positive side of it, that our petition for stay on the Election Commission's decision has not been rejected, but it will. They have given us 1 week's time, and even the Shinde group has been given some directions. But we see this in a positive light, that the Supreme Court has not rejected the application. It is postponed. Maybe the Supreme Court needs some time to think and give a decision on this.
But there is an apprehension on your side already that there are finances that Mr. Shinde could tomorrow, stake claim to, bank accounts, a lot of things. The offices have already been taken over. Yes.
Yeah, that doesn't fall because the petition is not related to that.
True.
The petition, what we have filed, is regarding the stay on the Election Commission's decision.
Okay. But that has not happened. So in 2 weeks, a lot could change, isn't it? Is there a fear? Is there an apprehension?
It's not all that easy for them, because the public sentiment is totally against the BJP and the Shinde fraction today. And they will have to face the public wrath also. It's not easy for them. They might win at some places, but definitely the people of Maharashtra's hearts are filled with hatred for this entire people.
Okay, hatred for Eknath Shinde faction is what you are saying. But Vidhan Bhavan has been taken over. There's Shiv Sena party office in the Vidhan Bhavan.
We will face every problem. We will face every problem. Whatever hurdles are created in our way, we will face them bravely and legally and technically.
All right. I just want to ask you a last question. And this is related to a comment that was made by Mr. Amit Shah a few days ago when he said that this is all of Uddhav Thackeray's doing. We were together. You were the one to deviate from the core ideology of Shiv Sena, not us. So don't blame us, is what the BJP says essentially.
Well, Amit Shah is talking not like a home minister, but he is talking an ordinary Karyakarta's language, which does not suit his stature. And this just shows that in a way he has agreed to it, that this all is their doing. No, by just pointing out, okay, that you did not come with us, so now we teach you a lesson. So it comes from the horse's mouth.
All right, I'm going to thank you for the moment, Manisha Kayande, for joining us with your views on that. At the end of the day, Nalini, this is what the Uddhav Thackeray faction is saying. That not really a setback, we have time. 2 weeks, the matter is going to be heard again.
Well, yes, obviously they will try and look at the silver lining in this case, but at the same time what needs to be remembered is that even in accordance with the Supreme Court order passed today, Eknath Shinde and his MLAs will be continued to be called the real Shiv Sena, and they will have the right to not just use the Shiv Sena name but also the bow and arrow symbol. Something that's been Uddhav Thackeray and his family's legacy for years has now officially been transferred to Eknath Shinde and his MLAs after this Election Commission order, and the Supreme Court, very rightly so, has said that it's not going to interfere in the order after the proceedings before the Election Commission have been held.